Hey, how about that? And we're back. Canadian Spider-Man.
Good stuff. Good
what's
stuff.
Going on, my man? What about your Mexican adventure tale? Tell us, please.
Oh, good to be here, Cardinal Sin. Yeah, no, that was awesome music. Love Mexico. I'm quite happy.
Put you up there real big.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to be going down to Mexico as much as I possibly can. I was south of Puerto Vallarta and explored the whole southern part.
Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, over 5 months. And it's so family. You don't see that around this part of Canada, really. Just everyone's got families. Everyone's in the streets until midnight, even with the little children. They nap in the afternoon. The food is great. No, it's safer than the nearest big town
it's really
to me.
Interesting. I don't know if you knew this or if this is really even pertinent, but Catholic girls and Jewish guys have both got this guilt issue, and so apparently they're both fantastic in bed together. But anyway,
ooh, all right. I
just thought I'd mention that, just off the hoof. Nay.
No, I didn't. I didn't get involved in any of that in Mexico. I strictly was there with
just the bulls.
I did a little bit of cockfighting.
I bet you did.
Seriously, yeah. But they didn't have the spikes
I'm serious
on their talons, so there was no injuries to any animal lovers. They were actually they do this all the time, even of their own volition.
Shoot your missiles the other way was the name of that song. That's right.
That was beautiful. No, Mexico's fantastic. I want to move down there if I can. Canada.
I want to move out there with you with Cardinal Sin Radio, midnight to midnight.
I mean, Canadian Spider-Man. Why
Mexican
move?
Oil Man.
Yeah, I'm a little drunk. Canadian Spider-Man.
I'm sure there's a profile on here.
Why move when Mexico and Canada will soon be part of the United States? The Anschluss is coming, my friend.
I live in Kansas.
I believe
the battlefield. Fuck you.
Yeah, you know what? It might just happen. Who knows?
I believe it. It's too cold up here.
Drop it.
So, yeah.
Actually, if there was
Ain't
like
gonna
a
happen.
in
There's
an
no way I'm letting you guys in here.
if
No,
there's an
BC
actual
will have a
political
perfect little
breakup of
bowl
the United
in
States,
Lawrence,
the
Kansas,
Northeast would ask to
just
join
enough
Canada.
away from the Rockies and from the super volcano.
You heard that. You know I'm right.
Yeah, no, we're gonna join.
You might be right.
you
I
guys.
just don't care.
We're leaving.
Good point.
We'll leave the Quebecers. They can make.
Oh, the Quebecers can take them all they
William
want.
Shatner is from
Admiralty, let me ask you
Quebec. Yeah,
Let me
That's
ask you
true.
A serious question.
But Montreal's not French. Montreal's
go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, about Montreal.
English.
What is it like to get people that speak no English but only speak French or Quebec or whatever the dialect is? I know there's one in New Orleans, the
Québécois.
Cajun or Cayenne, kind of like where the cayenne pepper gets its name from.
Oh, yeah.
What can you tell us about all that?
All right. So
Fine.
what we do is we all like someone walks up to you and they make a disarming gesture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they point to their phone, and then they point to their mouth and they go like they make the talk thing with their hand, and then they like kind of turn their palms up like I can't, and then they type into their phone what they want to say to you, and like you look at their phone and it says in English from whatever language it says like, where can I get cocaine? And you respond like, you probably shouldn't do that in New York
that
because
cocaine
it's very,
is a
very
tag
dangerous.
word on this channel, so we're already being listened to, even if we weren't before.
Oh, I'm
So,
very sorry about that. But
welcome
people
to
ask you-
counter espionage, I guess, is how we
when
put it.
tourists who can't speak English come to New York, they ask you for things that people visiting or on vacation would want.
Hey,
So-
I take exception to that. Come on, man, you're being rather hard-hearted there, don't you think?
Well, as a member of a world city,
Let's all work together here.
as a citizen of a world city, I consider
something,
myself a
let's,
citizen of the world, and I
Let's all
accept
get on the same starship.
everyone who comes here.
I don't know, whatever.
But that is the most common thing you see flashed at you on someone's cell phone when they're trying to translate. It's like, I'm looking to get this or
I made
that.
I made that.
I
made all that, all this Princess of Mars shit, and everything. I did that with Mid-Journey.
Listen, your Christopher Walken is so good. Can you fulfill?
Hey, thanks. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you saying so. And
I grew up only 3 or 4 miles away.
It's very good.
I'd ask you this: could you say in the voice of Christopher Walken after he drops the guy off the Zorn blimp? Which, I mean, he's from New York. Put the blimp in New York. I don't know why they went with Frisco.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, actually.
Okay, in A View to a Kill, Max Zorn has his super villain meeting, right? And one guy's like, it's a little fugazi. I want out. And he's like, no problem. Come with me. I'll walk you out. And like he walks him to like a staircase where he gets like thrown like from like 4 miles into the air, and below them you see the Golden Gate Bridge, and he's like, and he walks in, and I guess like they've arranged for everyone to see this. And he goes, so anyone else want to drop out?
No, I think we're gonna.
Could you do that in the voice of Christopher Walken? So does anyone else want to drop out?
No.
Nope.
No, I think we're okay. I think we're gonna do a little way back machine.
Confusion, disillusion. What makes you feel this way, huh? So many changing faces in undescribable way, huh? Well, people come and people go. I guess it seems alright, yeah. My time need to get involved, 'cause they've been
Yep. There you go. So there you have it. I know Canadian Spider-Man has been wanting to get some stuff out. So talk to us, Canadian Spider-Man. What is your grub?
Absolutely. Hey, that's awesome, Tony. Yeah, I've been busy since getting back from Mexico, trying to.
God knows
all
you
the work.
got a couple cords of wood more to cut, right?
Yeah, we're up to about 6 now, I think, and just
You have
working
6 cords?
lots. 6 cords, yeah.
And where you live, you need how many?
About 6 for a small house. There's only 2 of us here, me and.
But how many do you go with?
Yeah, 6 cords.
You just do 6 cords
Yep,
of wood?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
enough.
Do you have
'Cause I'm
any,
not
a lot of
gonna be
carbon.
here.
That's a lot of carbon, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
It's
A lot of carbon, baby.
It sure is. It's awesome.
Hello, Tony. I see
I don't believe in any
you've
of
done
that
a bit of a face reveal. How'd
environmental
you?
crisis stuff. Nice. That's awesome.
You're muted.
Oh crap!
You're
There we go.
muted.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, Tony's muted. Go figure.
Oh, hey, there you go, Tony.
There it is. What's that?
There it is.
Now, of
It's
course,
the $4.99 level, $4.99 a month level coin.
being Iron Man here, we got to test the thermal threshold of the coin. So if you'll just humor me a bit, let me go ahead and just.
I love it.
Here,
That's awesome.
I actually made that.
Oh wow, that was cool.
That is the coolest thing ever.
That was cool.
You
You
rock.
made that. What?
Ape shall
That's
never kill ape, buddy.
That is awesome.
But
Oh,
I had a little bit of a mood drop, so I needed
Yeah,
the suit.
yeah. And I've got a little tequila right here. So
I have to say,
you
I
go
love,
back to being just a regular old guy.
love Battle for the Planet
And
of
the
the
people
Apes,
that have
so
their
that
actual
line meant
faces
a lot
on
to me.
the top are the ones that get the top spots. That's just the way it is. If you're willing to do a face reveal, then you can play with the guys in the big pig pen.
I showed
Well,
my
it's not a
face.
face reveal because I'm not showing you my.
I'm just saying, you know what?
I wanted to show off some of the stuff I built.
I'm teasing.
I couldn't pick you out.
What are
of
some
line.
of these other punk bands that you think we should listen to? Oh my God, we've got so many. We heard "Shoot You Missiles" the other way, right?
That is awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
That is awesome, Tony.
Good riffing by that
Well, let's try
guitar
this one.
player too.
I'm
Well, I feel like we got most of the way there. Were any of you able to hear anything?
Oh yeah,
Good
Absolutely.
stuff, man.
Now,
yeah,
of
the whole
course,
thing.
It was skipping and not playing locally all night. So
No,
didn't know
Sounded
whether or
that's
not.
in your
good
head.
here.
now I
wanted to-
noticed that
That's why I
Canadian
wanted to ask
Spider-Man.
you guys because you're the most fabulous. You guys would never lie to me.
I noticed the
If
Canadian
there was
Spider-Man
something wrong with that, would have private
up
chatted you.
Is that some sort of Canadian whiskey?
I don't know.
Oh no,
Ooh.
this is Buffalo Trace.
Hey, Tiger, why don't you come
Ooh.
on over, sailor?
So I figured since he was drinking the cheap shit, I might as well drink the good.
Oh my God! Look who's in the
Yes,
chat.
I mean, I'll go on drinking my mixed ice daiquiri. Hey, how you doing?
Well, I moved
That's
on.
enough bourbon.
Canadian Spider-Man. I see
You
that
think
red
that's enough
tassel.
bourbon? I
and
think that's
I
enough
will
bourbon. Yeah.
I will raise you this half of a very fruity but very strong daiquiri.
I'm just drinking
Go,
this.
go.
Oh, I'm not chugging this. This is good bourbon. I drink this nice and
No.
slow.
Well,
No.
we're,
Well, the
we're-
Russians.
we're
and
not
I'm a
in
big
some
fan
kind
of
of a
Russians.
race to
They
drink.
drink it straight.
Drink each. Wait, somebody told me to outdrink you, Pat. God damn it, Teague. You always set us
this
off on
helmet
these
that I have
bizarre
on here
voyages.
Hey,
is.
don't blame me. I'm only half Irish.
Now I think I've showed off my helmet on here before. The one that's got the motor in it too.
Well, you better hurry up.
You
No,
have
I've
different helmets.
Helmet. What exactly do you mean?
You have 2 helmets.
I have like 8.
Holy shit! Someone has more money than I
including the
do.
one that I need to send to Mexican Iron Man, the Fiesta Mark 1.
We have... Hey, anti-derivative Jill's in the chat. And,
Hey,
Oh my God,
Anti-Derivative
Joe,
Jill.
you've seen me. I'm going back undercover.
and if you look,
Yes, yeah. So you see, there are sort of what I would call exceptions to suicide. Uh, Things that you could do instead of having suicide, actually. And there are quite a bit of other things that we could talk about. But it is interesting that Stock of Iron believes Jill saw nothing. And she replies, "Was it just a fever dream, Stock of Iron?"
Was
it
I,
all
I
just
sense a wee bit of an
dream?
Irish accent coming into this thing here.
Jill,
What
it
can you
happened
tell me about you, fella?
It happened in the Nexus, Jill.
in the Nexus. Yes, agreed. I was feeling a little
You're
low.
not getting
and
any inflatables here. None of us really
I was
like you very
feeling a
much.
little low, and I needed to put the suit on. That's like
You're gonna
one
have
of
to
the ways-
prove you've been to the moon with my daughter and back, and that she's not been touched.
I'd also like to point
You
out
may-
it's
you may
4
begin.
a.m. in New York.
You may begin.
Who, me?
Come on, Cardinal Sin doesn't treat guys on the panel like that. He must be kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, hey, Canadian Spider-Man will
Oh
tell
my
you
God,
I'm kidding.
Carla
I'm kidding, right? I'm
Burton's
kidding.
still out there. Hey, Carla.
Carla, you saw nothing. I have a face for radio. I have to cover it up in armor.
It was
You know what's
great.
interesting about these Elysian fields in which I live now, is that having become a successful monetized channel, I've been allowed to hang out at parties with creatures that are more than 100% of what we
Mac
are.
Pedram GPT asks in the chat, he says, dude, is that
Yeah.
you doing the Beavis and Butthead impersonations?
You really did.
It's
Yeah. Thank you, Admiral Teague, for being here.
I really do have like a lot of voices. Just about as many as DC, but I think he's got me beat by like.
Well, I mean, I was telling somebody the other day that the reason that I have all of the mimic, you know, Christopher Walken, you know, Jimmy Stewart or Bill
Impersonation type.
you know, whatever, it doesn't matter, you know. I can do Al. Oh, I can do Al. You know,
It's from Rich Little.
Can I
There's
give
this-
Max Headroom GPT a sampler pack? Should be no more than a minute.
Anti-derivative Jill is here, and I was just explaining earlier why it's pronounced the way it is, and it's because of Boris Karloff. He would say anti-derivative Jill.
Yes.
That's the whole point. That's the reason. So,
Yes.
God damn
I
it,
got it.
we figured it out, and Jill's
did it.
here and everything. So
Can
she
I give
tell
Max
us
Headroom
what she
GPT a sampler pack? About a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just go down the list.
Jill has to be Irish, according to James
Uh,
Caserta. Jill has to be Irish.
Yeah,
I guess
Jill
I
is
better change
definitely on.
the
Here
background
is,
because that's
My
we need some more
impersonation of
city stuff in
Hank
here.
Hill. Here's my impersonation of the Joker. Is this a face you would say no to? How about
That's actually rather good. That's very good. But you see, you've been a student of him, and I've never heard
Dr.
it.
Evil, and I'm here to remind you that need an impersonation.
got a pretty good
why
Dr.
not
Evil.
Freudberg?
He's got a better Dr. Evil than I do.
Yes.
However,
You know
I
what?
do believe you'll find if you compare my James Mason to his James Mason, I think you'll find a much deeper, richer groove.
By the
Yeah,
way,
your James
even-
Mason is a lot better. That much I will agree.
that
with.
was a good James
Wow,
Mason.
thank
but,
you.
Uh,
Thank you very
As
much.
I look at the chat here, I see that even though we played the
Hey
percentage,
guys.
we played the percentages. 51% of Americans have some Irish lineage. Apparently, anti-derivative Jill is not Irish American in any way, but
Jill-
she does
Jill
love
says-
Chief
He
O'Brien.
says, I'm not Irish, but I love a bit of Chief O'Brien. You
I
go
will
for
say
it,
this
Jill.
much.
Oh, Miles!
This
Oh,
is my
Miles!
Miles.
It
You
is
know,
one of
I-
anti-derivative Jill's favorite impersonations. Is my Ceres.
I was kind of challenged to go on to.
And
But it
Morty.
does say, are you a Vulcan?
I was kind of challenged to go on
No,
to Bird
not.
of Prey 5 and hang
Thank
out
you
with
for
him.
playing.
And we had such a good time talking about Enterprise.
Hey, Max
And
Headroom, if
I
you
love
like the
Enterprise, man.
impersonation of Satan,
That's my
why don't you
third
hang out with me
favorite.
at my
Dude,
karaoke stream
I
tomorrow?
think
I'll be
Enterprise
singing a
is
song there.
brilliant,
It's
and it
great.
should have gone for longer than any of the other series.
That's my third favorite Star Trek show, but his is like
I think it might be my second.
I think his third
Yeah.
favorite Star Trek
Yep.
show might be Deep Space Nine.
I mean, without all of the TNG and Deep Space Nine and Voyager and all that, they wouldn't have had that huge world building all ready to go.
it's true. And
By the
listen,
time you get to
Absolutely.
Voyager and they start
Deep
doing the
Space
movies,
Nine's good Star
and
Trek.
all that, I mean, it's become a cottage industry to them.
Kind of. Yeah.
Well,
Right?
call it a cottage industry. It gives me cabin fever, which is a perfect joke.
The only thing I wanted
It
to
is
point
the
out
perfect joke.
Thank you.
the only thing I
Very
wanted to
cool.
point out
Very
was
By the way, just hope you know that.
it had been alleged that I was
Wages of woke are death.
Well,
that
you
is
see,
true.
if nobody beats me in a contest of crooning at my Cell Games Crooner tournament tomorrow on Stark of Iron's channel, then yes, I will destroy the Earth.
Listen, if you haven't subscribed to Bird of Prey 5, his link's in the
Max
chat.
TPT says, certainly. Well, I'll at least try to jump on if I can. Good stuff, dude. Well done. And Canadian Spider-Man says, Scottish and Irish here.
Mhm.
Whereas Carla Burton says, DS9 did diversity way better than they did today. To which I must agree, actually. I think she's got a point, don't you, lads?
Diversity
You
of
weren't-
thought.
you weren't ready for it, were you?
Sure.
Canadian Spider-Man, are you asked me a question in the private chat. Do you think I'm...
No, I was joking.
He's a Canadian Spider-Man. He's part of
No.
Naboo.
I
Tell
really
him-
no.
Tell you what, though.
Wait. Canadian Spider-Man.
Now,
Tell
would,
him
Yes.
would
about Naboo.
Canadian Spider-Man be like
Tell
kind
him
of
about
passive,
Naboo.
instead of
Naboo.
directly confrontational?
Wait, hang on, Admiral. Please let this officer speak.
Yeah,
I
I'm part of the
apologize.
Naboo Avengers. That is Mexican Iron Man, and I came up with it him originally, and I tagged on. And yeah, we're Naboo, North American B
Underpaid.
squad, underpaid, underappreciated Avengers. Naboo and Tony Stark.
you're the
has-
B
has
team.
joined the team as well. We are the B team. We are the B
Yeah.
squad. We
You're the
never
B
get
Avengers,
calls.
or maybe the C-string Avengers.
We never get calls. They just
What are you
don't
talking
call
about?
us.
I'm Tony Stark. I get calls all the time.
Yeah.
Derivative
You
says, I
can be
need
part
6
of the B squad and
subscribers.
the A squad.
Please, 6 people, go subscribe to
Yes.
Anti-Derivative Jill. Just like you see it there on the
Follow us.
screen.
I need
A-I-T-
275 subscribe to me here.
ANTIDERIVAVTIVE space Jill, JILL. And somebody please subscribe because she's just shy
You
of
officially passed
60.
me up.
So
I'm once again
a shout out.
back behind
Wait.
everyone else.
A brief shout out to Anti-Derivative Jill, who probably still doesn't understand, even though I just explained it. Oh God, now I've forgotten it. You were saying?
Anti-derivative Jill's link is in the chat.
Yeah, man, it's like all her
right
fault.
now. There it
Let's-
is.
Let's like make it all her fault because she can't be here and like defend herself. So, have you guys ever heard of a steel man argument?
Yes.
No.
I'd never heard of it. I'd only heard of a straw man
Straw man.
argument.
It's
Yeah,
the
right. You know
reverse
what-
of
how-
a straw
how that
man.
works. But there's also in logic, or I guess, or whatever. There's also the other one, and it's mind-bendingly cool and simple.
Yes, it's a reverse
Like
of
me.
a straw man. You make the strongest argument you can.
I might be able to actually toast you beverage from over here. What do you think? Canadian Spider-Man, can you clink my glass?
No, we
I think
love
I
it.
can. Oh, wrong
You
way.
already know what I've poured. Cheers.
Clink.
Come on, get a little closer. Get a little closer.
Can you hear it? at
All
least?
right, there you go.
Clink.
Can you hear
Cheers.
it? Cheers.
Background you who?
Gentlemen. Tony Stark, Admiral Teague, Rob
Canadian is
Thunderheart.
not a nationality.
Cheers.
Neither is American. We're
Cheers
all
to you,
from a
Canadian
hairy
Spidey.
Baltic
It's always
region.
great when we cross paths. You're the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Rod Thunderheart, same to
Antiderivative
you.
Jill says, you do too, Spidey. You help your neighbors. I don't know what that's
Yeah,
about.
Spidey's really good.
Like she seems to think I'm an actual superhero. I did help my
Are you
neighbor
like
the
part
other
of
day.
the Search and Rescue Alliance or whatever?
And I fixed things.
Actually, you
I
probably should be.
fixed-
I understand that you live in the
Fixed
Yukon.
things.
I mean, you've told me in private.
Yep.
And you never told me not to say it, but
No, I've got no secrets. You go ahead.
no. I'm just kidding.
I have a secret. You ready? Anti-derivative Jill alone seems to have discovered.
You see
Seems
how,
to
like,
have discovered.
much lower it sounds like anti-derivative Jill, blah 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 blah.
I have a New York
Try and
accent.
treat her as a thing of nature, beautiful.
She
wings.
alone seems to have
Like
discovered the link for my
Carla
old, the channel that has my old punk band on it. Because I did punk rock too.
Yeah,
You were really
that'd
good
be-
at it, by the
that'd be
way.
my- that'd be
One pro
my-
to another.
That would be my Gills music playlist. There's a
Only
bunch. I
anti-derivative
uploaded
Jill
everything I ever
knows.
wrote and played to there.
I will never tell.
Right, just you, me, and the internet, right?
Swear.
Well, and you, me, the internet, and anti-derivative Jill seems to have found it because when I was looking at
No,
the
she's
channel,
just being generally an optimist because she's an optimist.
no, she subbed it.
Admiral T, congratulations on passing me up. I know you would.
I lost 2 subs today.
This
don't
is like
know what the
watching
deal is
Cardinal
with
Sin,
that.
except with freedom of speech.
Does anyone else
jeez.
notice that when you go up a few subs,
I
you
love
come
it.
down a
Oh,
couple,
that's so
and then
funny.
it goes back up and
Ah.
levels out?
Why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? That was
That was-
very witty indeed. Did not
Wait,
see.
is anti-derivative Jill coming on board?
That'd be great.
Anti-derivative Jill is here again? Yes.
Oh my god!
Yes,
I thought
quite.
she
And,
maybe-
and the
maybe was
James
trying to do
Mason, you see, will keep us going for longer, for more, looking for more adventure.
I
You
like
see.
James Mason in the Wild
I'm not even
Geese.
going to practice my James Mason
know-
anymore.
Oh,
It's
yeah, one
not
day,
gonna hold
one
up.
day,
Call me Sir
Mr.
Edward
Murray.
if you wish.
one day, you'll need it.
My James Mason.
Yeah.
Call me Sir
His James
Edward
Mason or
if
mine?
you wish.
If you in 10 or 15 years get all of the voices and everything, and we all end up serving the boomers, whatever, even the Gen Xers, even me, whatever, we need to have these references under our belt, these cultural references, so that,
Well, I get the
23 Skidoo and
references.
all that.
It's not my,
My
like,
cultural
I'm,
reference is going to be I was on Cardinal Sin.
I'm upset.
Cardinal Sin,
I'm
where
upset.
the
I
hexadecimal
left the
stereo
main-
goes
Oh,
all the way.
I left the mainstream
I'm
because
a
I want to believe.
If I'm slightly off in anything, I usually just go, yeah, I ain't gonna do that.
Yes, perhaps that's not as far as you need to get with the good part. You see what I'm saying?
Who's James Mason? I don't know who's James,
James Mason is
He's
an
a
actor.
British actor
He's
from
an
the
actor that Jim
40s
Cockney
through the
quite often,
early
but
80s.
actually not as well as I do, and he's admitted not as well as I do.
That was a good
He's also said when someone asked him to do a Christopher Walken, he said, excuse me, he said, you should go ask Gil Bavell. He does a fantastic Christopher
You
Walken,
did say that.
except he didn't do it like that because he does not have a Christopher Walken.
Now,
And he
how's
said
your
it several times. I mean, you mentioned it in a live stream with
He-
with
he
That's
has,
Duke
one thing
Cock.
that I'm
I
confident.
grew up
knowing
4 miles away from Christopher Walken and have a
that-
similar tone of voice, and I can't imitate him.
that
The man
that-
knows no
Yes,
inflection.
This is like watching Cardinal Sin, except with freedom of speech. Yes,
James
quite
Mason.
funny, very droll, very droll.
James Mason
That is
and
funny,
Christopher Walken pay no attention to punctuation at all.
All right, James, then don't. My God, it takes more time to type about the fact that you don't want to buy merchandise than just not worry about
No,
merchandise.
that's his sense of humor. That's him
I think.
playing around.
Anyway, you were saying. I think I have a different background I might unleash on the listeners of Midnight to Midnight, number 23. Gil Pavel here as Cardinal Sin in the middle of the night.
There's
How are
only
you doing?
23 of these.
Yeah.
23 is a lot, man. Do you know how many? One of them, we went for 24 hours almost.
We had a 10-watt station here for a long time, and then it became a 100-watt station.
We were, man.
James Caserta says, Gil. Antiderivative Jill, who I've already explained is the Boris Karloff of antiderivative. It's trying to sound like Boris Karloff, which she's too young to understand. So I don't know why I do that. Hopefully tonight she heard it and she gets it, because she has admitted to getting it before, but I really don't think that she does.
Can I have one moment to address my good friend Antiderivative Jill?
Please.
You know what I'd love to see? This, like the Federation logo, right? And like rather than a Genesis project, ready? Antiderivative Jill. A proposal to the Federation. If you
that's
watch
how you
my
know that
channel,
wait,
you'll get a great Star
how you
Trek
know that we're not in
breakdown.
an alternate universe, because she's still anti-derivative Jill. If she were like anti-clockwise derivative Jill, then we'd be fucked, right?
And like we'd be seeing something akin to the Genesis effect. It should be like a proposal to the Federation. If you join my channel, you're gonna get a quality
Join my channel.
You're gonna
I swear to you, you will be my one and only apprentice.
Yes, and she could say like, if you join my channel.
What if Luke Skywalker had gone the other way?
We're trying to get our 60 subs here. Come on, let me finish my joke.
No, I believe I detect you're messing around now.
I'm just trying to promote. I want Antiderivative Jill to get 60 subs because plus one more. That's all I'm saying.
Yes.
Let's monetize this worthy YouTuber who has advanced the cause of saving Star Trek.
Oh, sure. Save Star Trek, of course. But don't turn it into a fucking dynasty or a business.
I proved how we could save it. We had been told by the great bird of the galaxy
have
himself.
No overhead, have no labor. Everybody's volunteer. Blah 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 blah. You know
that's Scientology, actually.
You know how I feel about it. Don't misrepresent me, please.
Spidey gets it.
It is like Scientology is like that, like as Gil described. Yes.
Why don't we build a house for Tom Cruise and have him play Captain Kirk?
I need a drink.
The only
only that with a
even
cake.
Chris Pine.
Yeah, you know what?
Journey to the Center of the Earth, of course, was one of his great films.
It's got to be Will Smith.
If anybody watches Antiderivative Jill's great Star Trek stream, she can tell you that every Tuesday at noon Central, you're going to get an amazing breakdown.
Is a pitch happening? Do we have a weatherman that can tell us whether the seismograph has sensed a pitch?
Hey, let me ask you this. In New Trek, why do they send out sound waves to see what's ahead of them when they're traveling the speed of light?
I don't recognize New Trek as canon. I'm sorry.
I didn't say it was canon. I called it New Trek.
You said New Trek. I'm just saying. I'm telling you the truth, man.
That's like new code.
To me,
I didn't call it Star Trek, and I would never, ever do that.
James Mason is now one of my favorites of all time. The Desert Fox and the Journey to the Center of the Earth. Yes, exactly.
I like him at 20,000 as well. 20,000.
Wes Cagle says, I got a YouTube channel too. It has 2 channels of my brother's cat because people kept subbing to it, and I felt bad that there was nothing to watch.
That's all I'll say.
I feel like there's nothing to watch when Canadian Spider-Man's indoors and not in front of a fire
Yeah,
pit.
but you know what? I'll tell you something. Having had
I did my best.
having had the actual firsthand pleasure of doing almost all of my shows at the end with Canadian Spider-Man, where we talk and it's like our time to hang out real quick, and
A little bit.
you know, out of a 2.5 hour conversation, we might go like 17 minutes at the max, but usually it's just like,
Yep.
hey, are you okay? How's it going? Whatever. And then we're off to do whatever the other thing is we have to do.
Gil?
Well, mostly him has to do whatever he has to do.
Gil, I want to just ask your indulgence for a moment. Canadian Spider-Man, when are you going to come on Saving Star Trek and legitimize us? We've been wanting
Here's
you
the
as
problem.
a guest from day one.
Here's your problem. He never read a Spider-Man comic until I sent him some.
That's
True story.
That is true.
The
I'd love to.
stands.
I've
Sorry to
been
bust
busy.
your balls in front of everybody, but
It's fine. Come on, that's why we're here.
No, I haven't read a Spider-Man comic book until Gil sent
Not
me
yet. You
10
still haven't read
wonderful.
one?
It was
No,
my
I've read all
misfortune
10.
to
You
grow
didn't-
up
you
during
didn't
the
read any of the ones we
Clone
sent you?
arc.
I misspoke. I meant I hadn't read one until the 10 you sent me. No, I've read them twice and then once with my niece. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, no, 3 times over. And then I put them right back in the plastic. the way
Can you
they're-
see why that would be a valuable gift to receive?
Oh my, are you kidding? You brought tears to my eyes. I told my mom,
Storyteller times 2, you know?
But
I need to get the comics in between some of the
Yeah,
numbers.
you
that
get
I-
something
that I have.
performative that also transformative, and I happen to rhyme those 2 things, and I didn't even mean to. I'm a poet, and I don't know it. Anyway, what about the rest of you? Ron Thunderheart, you seem to have been rather silent lately. What is your go? I'm pretty sure I heard a snore.
Well, yeah, that's Rod.
And he's been doing it for a little while.
We'll always have that for the rest of time. I never heard a snore until that very moment.
We've seen this before.
From Rod and myself.
Yeah, but we didn't catch it in the act.
The thing is, we got Prime Rod Thunderheart for quite a while. So if he has to
that's
fall
fine.
asleep on the stream,
But it
yeah.
happened to be exactly what we needed, you know.
But you know, Canadian
And I missed
Spider-Man
it.
Yeah,
has
Antiderivative Jill said. Antiderivative Jill says the snore was on cue.
it actually was, and it's perfectly in
By the
time.
way, Antiderivative Jill, I call you out because you are such
What?
a great fucking mod, and I'm proud to have asked you to be my mod and have you accept
Oh wait,
before.
are we still in the air? Are we on the
before
air?
Doomcock.
Yeah.
We're
Right now?
live in 5 minutes, guys.
I asked most of my mods that ended up being mods for Doomcock to be my mods, even
When did
when I
Canadian
didn't know what it
Spider-Man get
meant.
here?
And a lot of them stuck around.
Thanks,
What can I tell
Tony.
ya? We have a little
Cheers.
arrangement, you know.
What?
Sometimes,
no, Rod.
you know, things aren't so good, you know, and there's no, you know, blood to send up the pipeline, so to speak.
Oh, Jill's in the
But,
chat. Awesome.
You know, we try.
Are you imitating Rod Thunderheart?
No.
No.
Yes.
No,
If you hear
Yes,
the
you
stream,
are.
no, absolutely,
if
I'm
you
not.
hear the stream.
I'm doing Christopher Walken, of course.
It's
You know,
Christopher
we
Walken.
know you do Christopher Walken. We know that. Hi,
Did
Andy. Hi, Andy.
Did I ride off into someone else for a moment, darling?
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna lay back down.
That's impressive, Tony. That's impressive.
For those
people
still
love-
listening or viewing, please put your
Truck driving,
landing trousers on.
Landing
That
Tommy
sounded a
Cowboy.
lot like Robert Llewellyn, didn't it?
Huh? Hi, Teague. I didn't notice you come in, bro. Hi.
What I just said.
How long's Teague been here for?
I don't know. I was asleep because I passed out drunk, drinking a lot of rum.
Antiderivative Jill says, "Hi, Rod."
Hi, Jill.
How do you do that?
West Kegel says,
Oh, it
At
did.
Max Headroom GPT. I used to have a bunch of documentaries from the U.S. National Archives that they didn't bother putting on their YouTube channel, but they kept giving me strikes for them. It sounds very. It sounds quite possible. I don't see why that couldn't happen.
In
I
bowling,
think-
that would be a good thing.
Would you-
Gil,
would you-
were you aware that was not Rod Thunderheart? That was me the whole time.
Yeah. Well, hey, I start somewhere, I leave somewhere else. I'm a human, and I'm a clown, baby. So
Even
don't
the story,
ask-
the story,
don't
that's
ask
me. That
why.
was me.
where I land is where I land. I can't tell you.
Rod Thunderheart. Yeah,
I can't tell you, darling.
that's another voice in the old Pigpen. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Hey, well, I've
Steal
got
everybody's voice and
I've got all kinds of stuff.
Everyone's.
What do you got?
Maybe you guys will like that. All right, all right, all right. It is Cardinal Sin and friends here keeping you up all night. It is 1, 2, 3:27 a.m. here at KGRB. It's the voice of Cardinal Sin across these fine United States. Tony Stark, question
Sir.
one. Question one. This is worth 10 points. Where is the center of American military supremacy?
Where's the center?
Yeah.
Depends on which branch.
Kansas City.
Don't play games. You only get one answer.
One answer. Center of military supremacy. I'm gonna say the Pentagon.
Correct. Rod Thunderheart, you are next.
Yeah.
We're going anti-clockwise.
Uh huh.
Rod, are you with us?
Yeah, we are. I'm right here.
All right. Well, you could show your face so we know for sure. You have been known to fall asleep once or twice.
I can't reach.
Bravo!
Canadian
Brilliant
Spider-Man
troll.
goes wild, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he does.
I'm on the shitter right now. I
Canadian Spider-Man and I am paying a little more
Yeah,
attention
but
than
that
most
might
people.
be sort of informative to my religion at some point. My
Canadian
father-in-law
Spider-Man, you have to come on
that's
Saving Star
that's
Trek
a
Sunday.
great.
Yeah.
If you know any like
I hope you will.
pagans and you wear that shirt, they will fuck your socks off. I'm serious.
Oh,
yeah, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them.
this is a great shirt.
With my design, I
scares
can
the
get
hell.
you girls. That's what I'm saying.
Scares my.
That is in fact what I'm
I
saying.
have to say this. I like being on Cardinal Sin here with you all, with Tony and Admiral Teague and Canadian Spider-Man.
Oh my
Love
God.
you guys.
What an honor.
We actually
Thanks,
we get a
Bob.
lot out of it, don't we?
And we're here with a really gracious host who's a super nice guy. And you know what? Last time I was here, like weird stuff happened, and we communicated, and Gil was more than fair
That's me. I'm
to
Cardinal Sin.
everybody. Very
Cardinal Sin.
reasonable, a nice
Good to see you,
man,
kids.
and I'm proud to call this guy my YouTube friend. And when you guys come to New York for Comic-Con, you have to come to Saving Star Trek Con across the street
might
at the dive
back
bar.
up. You might have to differentiate between San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con.
New York Comic Con is in October on the 12th through the 14th. And if you are here, Saving Star Trek Con will be on one of those
Admiral
days.
T, you realize there are only 4 people here, and they're also the only 4 people that are on the panel.
There
There's
will
5
be
people
more
here.
people eventually
I'm just saying,
listening
I
later.
don't know that it's going to get lots of repeat views.
I'm the.
I'm an optimist.
Okay, well, go ahead.
It's a calculated risk I just have
Hold
to
on,
take, Gil.
It's a calculated risk that God might exist.
I think we actually heard a real Rod snore, and it wasn't me.
A real brontosaurus?
A real Rod snore.
Barney, come and get me.
Oh, no,
Listen.
it's Jesus Christ, Doc. Oh, jeez.
If you're going to
You used
if
to be
you're
able to
going
do
to
John
New York
Knox when I was a
Comic
kid.
Con in
You used to be able to
October,
do John Knox.
Saving Star Trek Con is up the street at the dive bar.
Hey,
There's
man.
no entrance fee,
I've often
and you're
actually,
allowed to come there and hang out. I
Admiral
will
T,
be
I've
there.
often thought about that. You know, like have some dive bars that are like Starfleet. You know, like in Enterprise, the little watering hole they used to go to. You know, make
The
it
bar
you
in
know,
Star Trek 09 sucks.
Make it
I'll
just
have
like-
two
just
Bud
like-
Classics
just Star
and
Trek
2
Enterprise,
Bud Light
yeah.
Transies, please.
I think just.
I'll take
just-
the Dylan DeCoveney for $10.
by the way, have you
Dylan
ever?
who?
Have you ever?
Whoever his name is,
Not
Whittemore, Dylan DeCoven, Tavarsky. That's good vodka. Yeah.
You can't
And
lie
I
your way out of
apologize
it.
to anybody who was expecting
you're
more
gone.
from Admiral Teague.
Goodbye.
I've had about 3 or 4 drinks, so I'm a little affected.
Goodbye.
What?
Oh no, I'm
You
getting
lost.
kicked.
Goodbye.
Oh,
You
That's
get
the sound of the
nothing.
door hitting your ass on the way out.
are you kicking me out, really?
Yes, I'm afraid so. It's been wonderful, but really, you have to go now.
Oh. What?
Would you like me to do it forcibly?
Hey, Canadian Spider-Man, I'm gonna private chat you.
What
I'm
did I
gonna
do
ask
to
you a
piss you
question,
off?
Okay.
Okay.
Was somebody actually pissed off at somebody?
You're kicking me out. What?
I'm not
Are you-
kicking you out.
Oh.
No, he's not.
Oh. What?
No, I'm not sure what he said, but it's not what you thought it was.
That's right. It's
I'm
not.
just kidding. Yeah, you're. Yeah, no, we're all good.
What?
Carla
You're-
Burton
You're
is
kind of off
wondering
in
why.
Fallout 2 land.
No, you're not kicking it. I have never seen Cardinal Sin kick anyone off the panel.
He did whenever I mentioned Magic the Gathering, but it was a joke.
Oh,
No.
In
Cardinal
fact, that
Sin
was the
was
first
there.
Midnight to Midnight that I was
Probably
ever on.
true.
There was a
Lots of
weird.
music.
There was a weird episode of Cardinal Sin where like people had to like
The
drop
worth
off
of Cardinal Sin.
for
Do tell us.
no,
Advisor who
it
dropped
wasn't
from the
anyone's
sky
fault.
with the angels, tell us, why must we exist on the red of their blood? Hey, and now there are 4. What do you think?
Hey, look at that. Rod left.
Rob left. It's pretty
Admiral
spooky.
Admiral, did you mean to drop out?
Greetings,
Oh,
Admiral Teague.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry.
Here I was
all right.
thinking Rod left. I mean, I left. Wait, what?
Yeah, no, I wasn't storming off or anything.
So
Well, we can't write anything because the WGA is on strike.
All my private
and
chats
even though we're
are
not members
gone
of the
now.
WGA, we can't write a screenplay anyway. It's totally illegal because it would make us, once we finished it, if we did 3, it would make us members of the WGA by right and not have to pay at all.
Unless we move to Mexico or England.
Yeah. But you're talking about
I think Mexican Spider-Man can get us all down to
Canadian
Mexico.
Spider-Man. Please.
And we could write our screenplay together. And we could make a Star Trek adjacent show that people would love.
All right. Admiral Teague, my good God. I do hope I'm going to send someone like Tim. Yes. What is his bottom name? Tim Curry. Actually, if you ever get a chance to listen to him do the reading of the audiobook, he does the entire drama cast by himself, even the women. And he does it very well. It's called Taltos. It's one of the what's her name? Interview with the Vampire.
Oh,
Anne Rice. Yeah, it was a whole Anne Rice thing. So, what are you gonna say? No.
I thought Anne Rice was an author.
That's all I got. You wanna demean me? You wanna make me look silly or stupid? I've given you my best, and if it is not showing up as A1 in your scanner, then I'm ready to go. Man, punish me.
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
I really wish I knew where that other me was, the one that would sing a song right now, because he can sing and I can't.
West Cagle, delicious.
Oh yeah, especially in Melancholia when she was in that blue light. Holy fuck!
She's married Jane. Hello.
That's why I'm saying at that time.
Mm-hmm.
My God, what do you think? I'm some sort of child rapist?
Totally ruins anything.
Wait, are we supposed to answer that?
I think that was a trigger word that YouTube is going to.
I believe we've been demonetized again.
Again.
You can only get demonetized once.
That's right.
It's a problem I'll never have an issue
Who cares?
with.
Then they won't run any ads on it. Actually, they will. They just won't let me see any of the profits. And if it gets to be like a really controversial, like viral video, guess who doesn't get most of the money?
That's why you should go on Rumble.
I'll never be.
Look at the nod of assent. Look at the nod of assent from Canadian Spider-Man the moment I said it.
But
we know he's a pretty smart guy.
you haven't had a chance to tell us about your journeys to Mexico and Peru and all,
I did a little bit.
Teotihuacan.
I've
Can
got
you
all
enlighten
the
us, please, my friend? Give us the whole 9 yards.
A little by little. I don't want to spill it all in one go, but I can tell you that the temples.
Oh yes, dude, please.
The temples.
Spoiler: he makes it home alive.
And I saw quite a few of them. I saw Chichen Itza, Teotihuacan, Tulum, all Uxmal, the big ones, all the big ones. And the ones in Guatemala are more impressive to me personally.
Yes.
They were good.
Yeah, are you saying you have an affinity for these things there?
A little underwhelming because Guatemala.
Are you saying stop
fantastic.
talking? Are you saying that you have an affinity for these creatures there?
I do.
Are they of a sexual nature?
Oh, yeah.
Well, some of them have innies and some of them have outies. So yeah, I think so. James
you
Mason.
have to stand closer to the microphone and say yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. You have been completely classified as insane, and tomorrow morning at 5 o'clock, you'll be awake because you've been awake for 3 more hours before that, because in very short time, the people of the galactic government are going to come and find you. And it's very important that you let them, my friend, my good friend, Canadian Spider-Man, you must let them find you. Don't kick, it won't hurt. They're just officers, police officers from New York City. That's all you need.
Rubber gloves.
Yes, but no tasers. I promise.
Better than Ottawa police officers.
Well, I have the benefit of having invented the whole thing, so I can fucking say whatever I want about it.
Ooh, I might as well show off the shirt.
Oh my, thank you. Yes. If you're in the Halloween mood, it is a good time to get your hands on. Perfect. Scaring kids and adults alike since 1983. We did actually scare a kid so bad he ran down the street past his parents.
Wow. And dropped his candy.
Totally true. At the Arcane Haunted House Company, we deliver.
Yeah.
So now that you're back, upwards.
Yes. Happy to be here.
How are things? Good.
That axe is getting a lot of use, and neighbors are good. I'm spending a lot of time.
How's your brother?
Doing well. No, he missed me. His kids missed me. No, we've had a lot of bonfires since then. But no, it's been fantastic. But I will recommend anyone that has seen temples in Guatemala, like Tikal in particular.
Mm-hmm.
It's like seeing
generations of history.
But Tikal stands so far. Guatemala's temples stand far above Mexico's.
They're World Heritage sites, dude.
Absolutely, it's like
they're UNESCO. They're UNESCO protected.
Exactly. Tikal is like the original Star Wars, and the Mexican temples are like the prequel trilogy. Trilogy.
It's true.
They're good, but they're not.
And therefore, Tony Stark, what say you?
On what, sir?
What we were just talking about.
Do you have any
on temples in Guatemala?
Temples, or Mexico, or anywhere.
Or Mexico, yo-ho, Mexico.
Just Mesoamerica.
Mesoamerica in general. Well, as with many equatorial civilizations, and especially those that like to use pyramids and geometrical architecture in general.
Nothing about sacred geometry, sir.
There is sacred geometry in the equatorial civilizations. It's almost as if it was taught by some other.
What about this, sir? Mm-hmm. What is your attitude about the Philosopher's Stone?
Oh, the infinite energy source that could turn lead into gold and prolong one's life.
Old chestnut. Yes.
That'll chestnut.
Yeah. And you do at this moment understand that I'm sounding like Tim Curry on purpose.
I hear you, Tim Curry.
He was so good in Clue. I hope he'll be in 2.
I
You know they're
certainly
doing a
hope he
second
has
Clue movie, right?
Philosopher's Stone.
They're actually doing a second Clue movie.
Power my super soldier army. But
Yes, you've got the laugh for it, Captain. But do you have the stomach? Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
I do love some Tim Curry.
I think it's very important to understand, Wes Cagle, that Kevin Pollak does the best Christopher Walken. I'm sorry, it's just a fact. It's fantastic. Max Headroom GPT, you guys are professionals. No way I could keep up with either of you. Stark, I'm no.
We're professionals. Well, maybe
I'm no
Gil
professional.
is.
That's Canadian Spider-Man on my home TV.
Oh, hi. Good. Yeah,
He is
I'm
as
just
in the
chat
flesh.
earlier.
Avanda Kedavra.
I couldn't.
Yes,
Come
you're
on.
quite right. There are many comments here that were destroyed, or very nearly, except for our fantastic powers of receipt, right?
Mhm.
yes, we do have a means to record the minutes without the need of a clerk.
And
I'd really rather just monitor the hours, especially if they're going to be asleep for like. I was watching something, Foundation, where they sent them on a really slow ship on purpose, and then they had jump ships that could be there right away. And it was just like totally snide use of like really long technology. You know, I thought it was kind of funny.
But yeah, back to the Philosopher's Stone. I feel like at some point we could find a catalyst to operate like the Philosopher's Stone, but it could never be the Philosopher's Stone because the end all be all is
Well, hey, you never know.
Called out of our reach.
You never know.
But
what do you think, Mr. Canadian Spider Man? How would you handle this type of situation? You got radioactive spiders everywhere over the entire planet. What do you do?
Let them bite me so I can gain superpowers.
Ah, that's a really good idea. I like. You
Right?
get a plus for thinking.
It worked once.
You get a plus for using your noggin.
Right.
I like it. I like it.
But Doc, are you telling me that you're just not going to die from radiation poisoning? He's certainly going to die from radiation poisoning, Marty, because he's
Rich Little, don't worry too much about him. Fucking that guy that I studied when I was a kid, he's still alive.
Yeah.
The guy that, what's his name?
Rich Little. You just said Rich
The guy
Little.
that has been Rich Little. Yeah. I mentioned his name.
107 years old, ladies and gentlemen.
He's pretty old, man, but he goes on talk shows,
Highlander,
and he looks really good, and he's still fucking hysterical. It's like, why not?
Well,
if you're at the end of your life, people are going to look in, and you're going to go, "Hey,
there's
have one of these, baby."
I think the deal is he went bald young and went with a gray wig, so we thought he was older. Just a guess.
No, I think there's some truth to that.
If you use your imagination, you are genuinely happy that your longevity of your life will reflect that.
I just want to put on record
the longevity of your life's entire reflection.
I just wanted on
That's
record
why I'm
that
dying at 70.
Admiral Teague made a conjecture and Cardinal Sin said it sounded reasonable. Just want that on record.
I do. As a matter of fact, my channel will save it automatically.
70.
And I'll download it.
Just making note. A lot of people say that I'm just kind of a dummy. So, I need all the validation I can get because, I'm a anti-New-Trek propagandist to deceive Star Trek fans.
Prove it when that judge's hammer comes down. You prove it by which way you vote. How about that? We are so close to the show me state.
I love it.
I have to welcome you to Kansas and also tell you we don't take anything seriously.
Are we
see
doing
it
this
with
for
our
24
own
hours,
eyes.
by the way? Is that the idea? We stay on the air for 24 straight hours?
No.
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
called
has
Midnight
happened
to
for
Midnight
11.
because of a psychedelic furs song.
Well,
I love that song.
It's just a
and,
late night show. It doesn't go
okay.
24 hours.
Well, I
No,
understand
we-
that. Like
we've
last
shared it.
time,
Yeah,
Comic
we got
Relief
I've actually got it.
Crusader.
I could play it, but it would be illegal.
But didn't our pal,
But I took footage of their concert.
but didn't our good pal Comic Relief Crusader
Yeah,
do like
he-
12 hours, so that
He
it
dedicated
did go?
9.
It really did go
we've
from
gone
midnight to
16
midnight,
plus
right?
hours. That's our
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
record. See
Comic
in the
Relief Crusader is a
back room.
great guy and a great
See
creator
in the-
whose link is in
in
the
the green room.
chat.
See it backstage. No, I don't even get a small amount of enjoyment from that.
And
Hey,
again,
Wes
carry on,
Cagle,
fellows. I hope
don't
that you
mention
enjoyed my
new
Dr.
track.
Emmett
New
Hall
track.
No,
show.
it's not 24-hour telephone. No,
Wes
no.
Cagle, it's my job to report and
No, it's
tell
my
everyone
job to do
else
this.
about what happens at New Track.
Millions of lakes and streams, thousands of rivers, oh, 7 seas, one worldwide ocean.
Okay, I think the music dropped out.
It's
And
playing
we're
on the YouTube.
unmuted.
It's playing on the YouTube.
Really? I can't hear it.
The duck of evil has come again. Never trust a duck wearing headphones. I've said it for years, and here we are.
Can they hear us over the music?
It's not playing on YouTube.
Oh, so it's just us?
Is anybody out there?
Okay, West Cagle says it's not playing on here on YouTube. So West Cagle, can you hear Tony and I? And
Chat,
No music.
what's the deal with the video?
and Admiral? Well, I haven't heard you.
Gil, is your
I'm
control
watching on
panel-
YouTube and we are live. I see
I am here.
everything seems fine.
Music has decided to do the bum 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 bum.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Now,
you.
Wes Cagle, I would encourage
As long as you can
to
hear me, there's
check
no problem.
your, check it on another device. See
No.
if your phone gets it. And
I'll
if
tell
it
you guys.
does,
One true to empty was a butterfly. And in the morning he tried to
Jesus Christ. Right. All right. What was your complaint again?
More music. But then you did it.
More what? More
you just
music.
wondered why the music had stopped.
Ah, I see.
But then you got it going again.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure. You know, people from my country, sometimes it does not go so good for them. All right. So we're going to try, let's see here.
The Spider-Man in chat says, "There we go. Stream fueled by whiskey and vodka." Da.
Yes,
Don't
I
worry.
think we go
Brilliant.
with fish
There's
sticks.
something going on with the music.
It's total cheese.
Okay, so did either of those like drag you down? Did you enjoy it more than you disliked it, etc.? Please go. Tony, you're first. You're always eloquent with your words. I don't know what else you would be eloquent with, but let's hear it. Tony Stark.
Oh, I'm muted. My bad. Whoops.
If you don't mind starting a little revolution here, we're gonna have a tin pot revolution.
The tin pot revolution, I.
Yes,
Nice.
yes, sir. Please get us started on fertile ground.
All right. Well, I believe that the current song that we did play without interruption
There
was a bit of a
democracy
rabble
vote
rouser, a bit of a message to the old one too,
back in the 60s.
even in the 60s. I believe it was a steady on the right track, and you've outplayed yourself
You're really
again.
bloody good, you know that.
Pardon-moi, monsieur.
You've got a fantastic Australian, and it's not only it's sounding right, it's also you're breathing right.
Right.
It's like you're a native Australian.
All right.
Or not a Maori, but I mean,
All
like,
right. I do consider myself a bit of a Bendigo get, but just hopping
hey,
you.
and a happy of Dingo's kidneys to you.
Well, it's kind of an eight-hour drive from Bendigo to Sydney, but you get
That's why it's better that we talk about pop culture on Midnight to Midnight, because we think of great pop culture. I had an experience like last summer where a friend of mine and I were totally high on pot, and we were watching this movie, and we invented all this extra
Don't approve
stuff.
of using marijuana.
We invented all this extra stuff that we suspected was going to happen, and it was 10 times as involved and well written as this thing, and we totally expected it to turn out that way, and it didn't. It just ended, and we were both like, wow, we were just really fucking high and came up with a 10 times better story than that. Discuss.
The other thing I want to discuss is how Canadian Spider-Man learned
Hey, boy.
Hey, boo, boo. Well, where'd they get the picnic basket?
Rangers ain't gonna like
It's
this.
a picnic basket.
Rangers ain't gonna like
We
this.
have 5 comments here. Let's try. Tony, quick question. Do you think if I could successfully do James Mason, exactly right, do you think it might be possible for me to do a Vincent Price?
Vincent Price is a bit,
tool.
Vincent Price is a bit more upscale.
Yes, but he's delightfully American and mid-Atlantic.
Yes.
Whereas James Mason he's actually a Welsh boy.
Yes.
Isn't that so, Canadian Spider-Man?
Welcome back, Canadian Spider-Man.
I don't even. Yeah, I've
Just
not
say
seen-
yes.
I've not
Smile
seen-
and nod.
second
Smile and
period.
nod.
Hey, West Kegel
I've seen 2008.
has made an announcement. I've been downloading the remaster tracks of Dark Side of the Moon as they have been putting them out on their YouTube channel. It's been good stuff. Well, that's cool, man. Keep doing that. Once you
Probably amazing.
get that working. Hey, and welcome back, Tiger Stripes. How is it going, darling?
It's going. How are you?
How
I
are you,
swear. You talking exactly the same things as you were when I left.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Did you have
That's
tech
all right.
I would like to be
problems?
more
Just
entertaining.
mentioning.
Tiger Stripes.
Did you have tech
congratulations. I believe you might have
problems?
Went into a
Canadian
wormhole.
Spider-Man.
I'm glad you're back. I'm glad I got a chance to stream with you. I,
Yeah.
didn't,
Welcome
I
back.
missed you
welcome
earlier.
Back, welcome back. Oh yeah, out of sight. Yeah.
I was on with Doomcock. and
Wow,
Renting.
I was
And I
just
we knew
thinking that
that's where you
are
were.
so cool.
couldn't get out of
That
that.
whole
Man,
welcome back.
Oh, of
welcome
course you
back,
could have.
Welcome back.
No,
John
you don't
Sebastian.
understand.
That happened. I just thought of it.
You don't
before
understand. The other mods
It
get
was like-
really
Meant to be.
excited when you do that.
Although I
we
don't
are, we
believe
are,
in
we
it.
Oh,
are protons in
yeah.
a proverbial
Are
I've
you-
heard that
are you-
about.
Are
I
you
understand that the mods there are a little
The mod's actually quite good, if you don't mind my saying so.
They are.
I do believe that,
regimented.
I can say so,
Shall we just
because
leave it at that?
my channel, after all. They've been very loyal. They're really quite good. There are certain words that, as you observed earlier, I don't hear very well. Some frequencies, and every week he's able to help me out, and he's an independent yet
Max Heather.
incredibly important part of my operation.
And that's quite an
Max
ask, Max
Headroom
Headroom.
PPT.
Vincent Price
Well,
is hard
thank
for
you.
anybody to do. Even people
I
who
did
do
give a
impressions
rather
have a hard
exuberant
time nailing
performance.
Vincent Price.
Yes. Anyway, what do we bloody do about it?
What about
Study.
Rich Little?
Carla! Look, it's Carla
Carla.
back
Gavin
too.
says we study, right?
Rich
Yeah,
Little.
right.
I wonder if Rich Little could do Vincent Price.
Did you know
That's a
that
good question.
in the 1880s, the proto-Nazis, the bad Germans, were doing operations underneath the sea shelf?
Under the sea.
Under the sea, where we go steppen und we are swimmen. Take it from
West
me.
Eagle says, yes, you can't
crikey.
say Nazis, the World War II bad guys.
Ja, wunderbar,
You have to say
fantastisch.
a Yahtzee. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yahtzee.
How
No,
did
Rich
you
Little
type
is
that?
alive and still performing in Vegas, West Kegel.
Hey,
He's
and
still
so is
working.
the other guy who isn't Seymour or whatever is his name. The two guys
Wait,
with the
is
tigers.
that good or bad that he's still performing at like 87?
I think it's brilliant.
I think Penn and
He
Teller
does it because he loves
have
it.
a workshop there. And let me tell you
No,
something.
no, they have a residency there, Penn and Teller.
Let me tell you something about Penn and Teller. I went to a New Tech Christmas party. They're the people that invented the video toaster, which you could put on your Amiga and do like post-production level, effect on your home computer. And they turned them into rendering farms. And there's all this kind of stuff between New Tech and Amiga and blah, blah, blah. But I was there for that, and it was really interesting to weave into the sort of 6th Street, Topeka area, and then have the fantabulous downtown party that's in some abandoned warehouse, and the guy built, unbelievable amounts of cool shit for people to go through. I think that's really cool.
But you digress.
And Penn
did.
Jillette dated Deborah Harry.
I did digress. I apologize.
Ooh.
Pas de problème.
Yeah,
Continue.
that's a good digress too, isn't it?
Why don't you help me so I don't do
Well, I
that
thought you
again?
were going somewhere with Penn and Teller because I have a Penn and Teller story.
That was
Don't we all?
related
I mean,
to
if you've
Penn
ever
and Teller,
gotten anywhere near them,
actually.
you have a Penn and Teller story.
Sorry, you did get me back. Thank you. Okay, so I'm looking in a room, like we're supposed to be on like the 3rd floor and the 5th floor or whatever, and so obviously I want to go like the 4th floor, and I see Penn Jillette head and shoulders above everybody else, because he's like 7 feet tall or whatever. And I told myself earlier, and I packed a little tape of Wayback Machine as it existed in that form at that time. And I said, I'm going to give it to the most famous person I can find. And I went for 2 years, and that 1 year I gave it to Penn Jillette. And he said, I'm not like an A&R rep or anything. Right.
Better than
I
yelling
was just like,
in
no, I just,
Teller.
maybe you listen to it on your way home from the airport or something, And I just did stuff like that. I wasn't constrained by the, foundational texts of the day. I was a naughty little Cardinal Sin. I'm a Satanist, and I'll prove it. Rod?
Yeah. I'll speak for Rod. Hey, I'm Rod.
Has Rod fallen asleep again?
He's definitely fallen asleep. But I've adopted his voice and mannerisms to emulate.
That's not
Rod
bad.
Bunhart.
Very good.
But he's,
then he'll get
at least
paid.
he's not snoring tonight.
Then he'll get that sweet being on
At Tony
Cardinal Sin's,
Starcast. Yeah.
panel show money.
He'll get that
He'll
panel
be-
show money.
He'll be just
That's
waking
really
up
good.
to richness. His whole life will be as
When he wakes up tomorrow, he'll see Platinum Grill in his truck, and
he'll see how much better it is, right?
He'll have sold 1,000 more books, and he'll be living large. Yeah.
He'll tell us which books to read and
It's
which
anti-derivative
places we can go
Jill.
to.
Yeah, get on the pedal, Jill. Come on.
Hey man, I'm working on it. I haven't seen
Rod
you do
works.
anything.
Rod works
Oh, I
long
like this
hours
one.
as a
let's do
truck
this one.
driver.
He works his liver
Yeah.
like he does
I
his
wonder if he
opponents in the
falls
ring.
asleep
Grind
while
his elbow in
riding.
the
All right. So here's what I'd like to do. I think that it would behoove all of us if we each told a short, sort of, not even a novella, just a short story. If we could each sort of just pop one up and tell it to the other and go around the circle, I think that would be fun and probably really good for us.
I need to answer something from West Kegel right quick. However, He says at 5:05 a.m. Eastern Standard.
Yeah,
Oh, so he can join us.
507.
No, it said 5:05 on my minutes. But the point is,
I'm
said,
just looking at the
So he
clock
can
on my
join us.
computer. I'm on.
he said
Eastern Standard. Be
talk
nice
to
to be
Doomcock
here.
and the others to get them to do rock and rule for movies.
He said
that
what?
we love. He says talk to Doomcock and the others to get them to do rock and roll for movies that we love. I will suggest it to Gary Ambrosia.
I was
I
on there
am not
once.
on a
I have
personal
no
basis.
pull.
Nice score.
I am not on a personal
Hey,
basis.
Rod Thunderheart, why don't you do us a favor and unleash the
I was
face
on
reveal?
Pop Culture Breakdown once. I don't have that kind of pull.
Yeah.
You
I'll
know
never
what?
be on Pop
But the
Culture
rest of us
Breakdown besides
collectively
that one
do.
video. So I have less pull.
The rest of us
Rock-
collectively do have the power, and that's the reason that we've been getting these things.
What's
Oh,
rock
James
and roll?
Casserta wanted to be on.
Just disabusing
I
myself
guess
for
he
my
still
ignorance.
wants to be on. Let's
People have the power.
let's
think
go
everybody
ahead and
needs
go
to
through the
relax
process
before
of
we get off
inviting
track here.
someone.
I'll get off track.
You know, you'd like to be in your chat, in your whatever you call it.
Now, Admiral Teague, I heard that there's an individual that you don't want to talk to. What if I told you I'm working on a voice
Oh,
profile for that
It's my
individual?
own- It's my own tweet. That's
I will not mention the names of my detractors because
But
I
can you-
am.
can you
Well, no,
Every
listen.
time I try to get out, they pull me back in.
You know what? I might have gotten weak last night and
come on.
I might have pinyated one of my fucking detractors, but like a lot of people have been super cool about this, and I have always said, be friends with
Go for the
whoever
ladies.
you be friends with whoever you
Go for
want.
the ladies.
I do
He's
not
always said, go
demand
for the ladies.
loyalty. There's no purity to being part of saving Star Trek or being a friend to
Oh, what the
Admiral
fuck is
Teague.
purity? But by whose measure is anything pure?
Exactly.
You're
But
a
you
fucking
like,
bullshit.
I don't tell you who you can associate with,
Nor
and
do I tell you.
And no, but you know, like we all have certain people, Gil, that you and I. There are certain people we will not go on a panel with, and they're coming into
Well,
play in
fuck
the
that. I got
conversation.
Joe R. Lansdale on Masters of the Genre.
Well,
The
so
guy
I
that wrote the
faced.
screenplay for Bubba Hotep with Bruce Campbell and Ozzie Davis.
you guys, Gil, you're
Did
great.
everybody see
Have
Bruce Campbell's
somebody like
tweets?
me here, man.
Wait, hold
I
on,
mean, like,
Tony.
God.
1 second. Did everyone see Bruce Campbell's tweets yesterday and today?
No, I haven't been
No.
on Twitter. I've
All
been
right, so I guess Bruce Campbell and I share a birthday, but he
Okay,
tweeted
yeah,
a
sure.
couple of days ago. He tweeted
I'll
out.
give you we can make a truce. We come to a draw. I get it.
Bruce Campbell tweeted out, I'm 65 today. I suppose that means
He said he was going into
I'm
retirement.
retired. Yeah, and then Stephen King tweeted him, the real Stephen King, who always double spaces between the words in his tweets, and has a check mark grandfathered over from the old
Twitter.
days.
Yeah.
Only him and William Shatner. I respect that to a degree. King, not as cool as Shatner, but he said to Bruce Campbell, "Don't you dare." And today, Bruce Campbell tweeted back, "Okay, he. I guess I'll do some more stuff." So we're gonna get more Bruce Campbell, and I'm happy about that. Very happy.
Oh, me too, for sure.
Well, I'm happy that you're happy, Teague.
Thank you. It's nice to be part of this esteemed panel of such great Star Trek, sci-fi, and otherwise of pop culture
You
minds.
are a Star Trek scholar, Admiral Teague. I bow to your superior intelligence.
He's a Star Trek scholar.
Not the Star Trek scholar, just a Star Trek scholar.
I'm being funny.
You know what?
I'll
You'd be
stop.
really surprised. I don't know if you ever watch the podcast, the Shuttle Pod podcast
I've
with Connor
seen it.
Trenier and Dominic Keating.
I like the
They
both.
interview like all these Star Trek people for their podcast.
And it's independent of like
It's
Secret
fucking
Hideout.
unbelievable.
It's a
It's,
lot
Matt
better.
Dorn
That's a beautiful
was
show. I've heard of it.
crazy.
Yeah.
My favorite show to watch to get angry at is Will Wheaton's Ready Room.
Yeah. Actually, I had to watch that one time on purpose to learn how to play a game.
listen, does everyone understand?
And it was kind of funny. I mean, I could understand the give and take, but
I
I'm
can
like
understand it.
really
I
disappointed.
want to ask the other members of the panel. Do you understand why someone has to document what's going on with New Trek and what they're doing, and why I do this to myself
That's
and watch
why
these
Lord
shows over
Doomcock
and
has
over?
a channel, of course.
And you know what? I'm not going to speak out of school. This was a real tweet. He carved out an exception for me to watch it. And the
To watch
premise
what?
is New Trek. Because I want to be able to describe it to you and get it across to you without you having to watch it. Because I understand there's a
certainly appreciate
curiosity.
that. I think everybody else that's watching does too.
Unlike what happened to Star Wars, where like there's negative interest. With
And what's
Star
about
Trek,
to happen to Indiana Jones 5.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's another story.
Oh
We'll
my
talk
God,
about it
they're
in a
going to
minute.
cuck him
But
so hard.
Let me wrap up my Star Trek thing quick. Star Trek was more established, more beloved, and has withstood more debasing than any franchise ever could. Our shields are strong. The original creators of Star Trek told us that this belongs to the fans.
There's
The
been
original
a posse of
but
invisible seniors from various colleges that were taught, to smash the patriarchy.
You know what?
If they were also taught to write screenplays, which I don't think any of them have, because I know how to do that.
Google anything with Gene
And,
Roddenberry.
Everything that they touch, none of it has anything to do with story or,
Guys, has
arcs,
everyone
like
here heard
a
Gene
redemption arc or
Roddenberry's?
something. I mean,
I'm sorry, Gil. Has everyone here heard Gene Roddenberry say that part of Star Trek belongs to the fans? Right? Have we all heard that?
Let me turn.
We have a receipt that precedes Bad Robots.
Let me turn the tables.
We own this, not them. We'll be here when they're gone.
Are you quite done?
Yes. Sorry.
Thank you.
I get passionate about Star Trek, Gil. I'm sorry.
I know.
I have a little something I could talk about that happened this week.
Right then. It's all yours.
Yeah. Thanks. I've started watching Poker Face. It's a series on Peacock, which is a beautiful little streaming service because it's free, although I think I pay a couple of bucks. And they still show me commercials, which is aggravating. So I'm watching Poker Face.
It's free in America on Thursdays.
I'm starting to watch, a few minutes, and it's already very compelling. Just the cinematography and the credits are rolling in.
It's
and then
they
get,
like
3 minutes into Poker Face, the first episode, they get into written by, directed by, and holy geez, it's Rian Johnson. And I was a big Rian Johnson fan back in the day.
He had to start somewhere.
You know that?
I was a big fan.
I just watched
I've
the
eschewed
other day,
things
like
that he's
3 days
done
ago,
since the middle episode
Looper.
of the sequel.
And Looper is an extraordinary science fiction
He's
film.
really remarkable. But anyway, this is a really compelling series.
Tasha Leone sells it.
Roped me back in again because it's just that good.
You guys know me. You guys know that I'm part of the intellectual dork web. That I can't stand these fuckers, these writers, or lack thereof.
Cardinal Sin, permission to respond to the comment.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would just say, you know what? Peacock is free on Thursdays in America if you want to watch this show. So judge for yourself.
Isn't that kind of pathetic? Actually?
Well, no, but Tiger Stripes may be right. I don't want to disrespect her take.
No,
so
I wouldn't want to
yourself,
cross Tiger Stripes, not even in a hurricane.
But this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to say right now, Rian Johnson is a buffoon. It's Natasha Leone's great acting.
Think nobody should let him near.
It's Natasha Leone's great acting. And with that, I yield back to Tiger Stripes. And an interesting take. Thank you, Tiger Stripes.
All right.
Carry on.
Tiger Stripes, your response?
I don't feel any sort of need to make a response. I was just
very
giving
good.
my 2 cents. I mean, my gripe with Rian Johnson really, and again, I was a big fan. He really shredded the second episode of the sequel. But then he, went on public media and he said
Vader's
really rude things to people who were sort of saying, boy, this isn't good. And what was the one? I will,
Right.
I'll destroy your
completely
expectations in a
removes
minute.
Vader's redemption.
And I
cycle.
don't see the need for that. I don't see why people have to do that at all. It's like, you're
why would we go to
making
Canto
something that you're
Bight for
trying to
20
sell to
minutes?
us. So why would you insult us when you want us to pay for your product?
Okay, gang.
It doesn't figure.
I'm gonna go freshen up a little bit, and I want to ask you.
You
what
go
what
do
would
that,
you like to
Cardinal
hear?
Sin. We'll hold down the.
Are you going to
What
ask
would
us
you
what
like
we
to
think of your
hear?
Vogon poetry?
Oh, and welcome, anti-derivative Jill.
Jill.
Hi, Tiger Stripes. Hey, panel.
Hello.
Now I have to behave.
Hello,
Even
Jill.
More Canadian
How are you?
YouTuber impersonations. Jill's here.
Wonderful. Fantastic.
Fantastic, darling.
But
We've been doing a
like
little
the
bit of
welcome.
Tim Curry here tonight, and
No,
I have
that's
to
James
say it's
Mason,
been
buddy.
going very
Sorry.
well for me.
Your
You're
James
still up,
Mason
Bill.
is superior
Wow.
to mine. I bow to your superior Mason.
To your what? Superior to your what?
To my James Mason.
Hey,
Your
I don't have a
James
James
Mason
Mason at all.
I can't.
I
help
bet we
you.
could come up with one if we
go back
tried.
and get it. It
I
says
still don't know the
Anti-derivative
Oh, come
Jill
back
right
to
here.
me whenever you
Here.
do, Dr. Emmett L. Brown. Then we'll be cooking with
Stop being
gas,
such
Marty.
a snidosaurus, and let's talk about something fun,
Ooh.
even if it isn't
Christ,
true.
Doc, let's talk about Back to the Future.
Absolutely, Marty.
Let's just talk about like something that's fun, because there's so much bad news in Hollywood and with the press and everything. Indy 5. Let's just think of something funny or whatever. I mean, I assume we're all high, right?
Yes.
Except for Jill.
Not precisely.
And
Fresh
soda.
bagel in the chat
So
chat.
we could-
Yes,
there we
Joe
go.
on board.
That's enough oregano to last you an
Holy
entire
Jesus,
2 years.
put that away. Nobody. Don't do
He's in
that.
Canada. He can get away with it,
I
G.
don't care.
I
I
want-
can stop.
It makes
Jill?
me nervous.
I
She
wanna-
doesn't
Just
care.
to look at it.
Which it
Um,
makes it a multiplicity of maliciousness.
I think Canadian Spider-Man has enough there to have himself a little party.
$100.
I think you're right.
Like
I
a
think
party.
that if he doesn't find himself very, very carefully, he might find himself in another self.
Hey,
Mhm.
Canadian Spider-Man,
Oh,
you
it's
ain't got
legal.
no
I just said
dogs,
it.
do you?
I just said it. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You
Like
ain't got
a
no dogs, do you?
Infinite
Don't be leaving that
Canadian
out there, Paul.
Spider-Mans, one
I
inside
just
the
said
other,
it.
like those Russian dolls. I think that's an ayahuasca experience from what I hear, but that's
I
only
will
what I
tell
hear.
you if I have an ayahuasca experience, not so far.
Did
Not.
somebody say Patricia doll?
That is a very Christopher Walken word. Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, yeah. It does have those.
Ayahuasca.
Hey, man.
Ayahuasca.
No, it's all good. Please enjoy. Take it.
The key is what is
Yes.
inside the
Bring it
final
back.
Canadian
Yeah.
Spider-Man doll.
Fix your
I'm
disease and name it
surrounded
out.
Infinity.
It's a
Infinity.
little maple candy.
I'll tell you what.
Of
I'm
course.
surrounded by such good
Perfect.
impersonators
That's why you're so
that I
sweet.
have to.
Eh.
I have to circle back
Oh,
to.
It's so sad that there will never be another
beat me
King of
to
the
it,
Hill.
Tiger Stripes.
I'll tell you what.
Brittany Murphy's dead. There can't be another.
The Curse of the King of the Hill cast. How many have we lost? Tom Petty.
Oh, really? Is there a curse too?
Well, I mean, Tom
There is
Petty,
definitely
Brittany
a curse.
Murphy.
I didn't know that. Is that like the poltergeist curse?
Yes.
There's a-
No,
there's
the
a few
poltergeist
members
curse, now
have
that's a
passed
curse.
away.
Or the Titanic curse.
You know, the Titanic has just claimed 3 more billionaires, going from 1,505 to 1,508.
Hey, Gil. Yeah, you know what? The tour became part of the
Yep.
exhibit on that one.
You know what,
can
Tony?
I have-
You know what? You're so clever. You jump from finishing the magisterial deliverance of something funny, then you jump over and you go back into complete serious mode and talk about like 2x4s in a house or something.
Well,
You are a
usually-
fucking legendary genius.
you're giving me too much credit, Cardinal Sin. I'm just a
No,
regular
I
average Joe living
I
in
don't believe that
Kentucky.
I have.
Uh,
I think that what I feel left Mr. Bovell, is maybe he could kick our Coke machine.
Don't mess with the Coca-Cola Corporation. That's how nuclear wars start, damn it.
That and atomic weapons.
Yes.
All right, someone's got to carry the conversation because I
Well,
have to go get a drink.
Hey, can I take a moment to thank my friend Anti-Derivative Jill for coming in a couple weeks ago on the Delta Shift and doing such an amazing job that it's got almost 1,000 views while it was being viewed on Rumble and like a very fair amount on YouTube. So thank you so much for helping save Star Trek, Jill.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure to talk to PDB and whoever else was on the panel about the Orville. It was the good episodes because they're watching season 1.
I really enjoyed the conversation between you and PDB, and I don't know if you've heard. We have a new guy, Appion, who's really good.
Oh, that's great. But I also want to say hello in the chat to douchebag Kylo. He says, "My
hell, douchebag Kylo. Did not know you were here.
Cardinal Sin, I will send you a message. Maybe get him up here, perhaps.
It's in half an hour. I can go get breakfast. That's how late it is here.
Well, I could just cook my breakfast here at the house by going out to the dumpster, maybe.
Yeah, egg sandwiches seem in order. I'm in New York, right?
Wait a minute. You have egg sandwiches in your time period?
In my time period, the show that you call the Orville is actually called Star Trek.
Oh, we don't talk about that thing in my
You guys,
time.
you live in timeline B. It's timeline B. And I just want to say something really quick. If anyone has a rule that if you go back once, you change everything, you can't claim that 12 Monkeys is a perfect time travel movie because they return to the same point in time several times. And the last time they go there, they murder somebody. So how does that not change things?
Humans do not need to mess with things like time travel.
It's not that good of a movie. Jill, it's only okay. But hey, you know what? You and I have been talking on Twitter about the Nexus theory, and like, I'm not saying you're an adherent. You're just saying like this is a good fan theory, aren't you?
It is a fan theory. I don't believe. I don't
fan theory.
buy into it. It doesn't exactly make a whole lot of sense.
It's not the writer's intent.
But that's because Nexus itself doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
What if I use this phrase to you and you tell me what you think? Sometimes Star Trek goes beyond the writer's intent.
I don't know. It's possible, but then you're getting into the realm of headcanon.
Well,
I'm going to say good morning to West Kegel. Bye-bye. Good morning.
Oh, West, thank you for being here. You know what? We're going to watch Regeneration from Voyager on Sunday. If you're free, it'd be great if you were there because we're going to get to the heart of Nexus theory and how it could exist with Enterprise still being canon.
I don't think I can do any streaming this weekend outside of this one because I'm going to be out of town.
We're really glad we got to see you here.
Has a life outside of YouTube.
All right. Well,
sometimes
we want your thoughts on it once we get done with it. But we're gonna probably watch Regeneration. Maybe we can kick the can on this one until we get you. But we want to watch Regeneration because it seems that
don't hold back on account of me. You'll never get anything done.
Because we want to have our Nexus theory conversation with you. We have several irons in the fire, but one is always concerning you because we consider you one of the foremost minds and a mighty general in the war to save our pop culture.
Oh, I appreciate that. Oh, Wes Cagle said he'll be right back.
Oh,
he
put
his flag out for the
flag up.
I want to say I've been this person many times. If you're out there and you want to go to sleep, but we're just so interested in you can't, thank you. We're sorry you can't sleep, but thank you.
And I say to douchebag Kylo, hello, douchebag Kylo. Welcome.
Yeah, douchebag Kylo apparently has a Penn and Teller story.
Oh, hell yeah. We need to get this guy a link. Cardinal Sin needs to hurry up and get back. I'm running out of voices to do.
Oh, yeah?
When Cardinal returns, perhaps Kylo can join us.
Hurry up! I'm bringing out my platinum material, okay?
Dawn is breaking over the East River, by the way.
The sun is getting real low, big fella.
Yeah, I can see your building. Can you power wash that thing, man? It looks like shit.
Are you talking about the Evil Court building? You do realize I showed that to Donald Trump.
Talking about Stark Tower.
Oh no, I don't know about that one. Let me ask the person who owns that one.
Also, by
Actually,
the way,
I sold that building ages ago.
By the way, Jill.
What's up?
As a graduate of Jackson Roykirk High School, I just want to say your show on Nomad, it was really hurtful because I started at third base for the Nomads, and it was just. Although I thought it was a very good Star Trek review that everyone should listen to. You know, Jackson Roykirk was a hero to me when I was young. He designed the Nomad Pro.
Yeah, he did.
And he had nothing to do with Tom Rue.
That's,
and all it did was
Anti-derivative Jill.
Yes, hello, Cardinal Sin.
Have you received anything in the mail lately?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
Tell us about it.
I don't know. I can't tell you. It's a coin that has your face on it, and it also says "Into the Fringe."
It's like what a coin. It's got your face on it. Dig.
Yeah, I got one of those. I just recently tested it with my heat laser, and it did not budge. It is made out of deuteronium, and therefore solid stuff.
Did you bite it like a gold medal?
No, I fired a targeting laser whenever I put on the suit and cammed up.
You don't have one of these, do you?
I do. Yeah, I do.
No, remember Coin Present Danger? You don't have one of these, do you? Indiana Solo.
Indiana Solo.
Oh, I saw something really cute today. It was a split screen of Tom Selleck as Magnum and Ford as Indiana Jones. And underneath it, they had Chippendale dressed as the Rescue Rangers. And it said, "How did we never see this before?"
Well, Tom Selleck was supposed to be
because
Magnum.
One of them's in the red and yellow flowered shirt, and the other one's dressed like Indiana Jones.
I believe that was.
Oh my goodness!
Well, they did have to.
I know.
Can
really?
I admit that I saw it? I mean,
my mind was kind of blown. No, I never worked that one out before.
It was blatantly obvious when I saw it, but
it was clear that the Indiana Jones was clear, but the Tom Selleck is Magnum. That's the one that I never picked up on.
Right.
I got it right away, but I was older.
Oh, hey, Jill.
Hello, Jill.
There it is.
All right. Wow.
Oh, it's very pretty.
Oh,
wow.
Look at that.
It's got colors.
I wish I had one.
It does have colors.
You do have
one.
Very shiny.
I don't have one.
Oh my God! I actually saw for a millisecond.
Oh, Jill's just a cute little thing, isn't she?
Oh, Jill's lovely.
Thank God for Jill.
I'd buy that for $1.
She's as cute as a button. I love her.
Yeah, RoboCop's a great movie.
Cardinal Sin.
She's my IT department.
You've been around the planet a little longer than I. Can you answer a question?
So I should probably bring this up at this date and day. If we're gonna debate, chew the fat, talk about whatever, what apparently is going on in Rostov, Russia.
Ah, yes, the Civil War has begun.
Is it?
Oh, Jill, you didn't have.
Well, tell us about it.
Could have been a child.
The Ruskies got her.
Tony, tell us all about it, please.
Welcome to Russia! If you want yourself a revolution within 25 years or less, you have hit the right cold wasteland. That's exactly true. Call now within the next 10 minutes, and we will throw out the old president for free. And if you want to bring your potato back on our guarantee, call now. 1-800
charge you for
another
Wi-Fi.
revolution. 1-800 another revolution.
You don't like the government? Just wait a while. You're in Russia.
That's right.
Everything changes here.
That's pretty good, kid. That's pretty good.
Was that our news report for the morning?
I think it is. I think
that was an advertisement.
This is the part of Midnight to Midnight where you realize, hey, we started at midnight, and that was 4.5 hours ago or so. But the reason that we're here is to park, to command, to kiss, to take risks, because that's our business, mister.
You cannot change the laws of physics, Captain.
I cannot make the hamster go any faster. I love that one.
Give him
cocaine. That one always gets the girls. I don't know why, but the girls always think that's hilarious.
Are you saying, Scotty, that
I guess I'd have to ask Tiger Stripes and Anti-Derivative Jill if they thought that they were fetching it or not.
It would seem.
Anyway, Canadian Spider-Man. We finally caught back up with you. You've been visiting planes that have agave on them, on trains, and you've been hither and thither and yon. I would like to know what you have decided in your most recent sort of adventure into the unknown in South America. Please, I'm sure it will be very innovative.
Yeah, well, I spent a couple of months in South
your
America.
photographs that you took are really good. And the video and stuff you took is just delicious. It looks great.
You're talking about Mexico, yes. Oh, dude, the food in Mexico. Yeah, you're.
That's actually true. Except for the last 10 years, the last 20 years, France is, always getting into somebody else's business.
Yeah, but they've softened lately. Same as the Australians. I don't know what the hell's wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're first world nations now.
No, the
Mexico. Macron is getting confronted over and over by citizens who can yell in his face.
Canadian Spider-Man, is there a cryptid or a legend or a myth nearby you? Because you live way out in the Yukon, right? Like where only Starlink should be able to pick up your signal.
Something like that, yeah.
I bet you got a couple of.
You live at the end of the road of the guy that turns the lights off at night in Canada.
That's true. In
British Columbia, where whenever you're driving at night, you can hear in the trees. Join us.
Because it's very important.
I worked in the Yukon, but I am in British Columbia in the boonies. Right? Yeah, we turn the lights out for the rest of Canada. Absolutely, we have to.
I take it you heard about the electricity shortage in Texas and environs.
No,
they've had no power for like over a day now.
No,
not just in Texas, but in Tennessee and other places nearby.
Oh, we got a shitload. Why don't I send you some?
Well,
I was really just hoping you'd talk about cryptids. But...
That's what I want to know. What you're drinking.
And I can attest the power has not been turned off in Texas, because if it had been turned off, I wouldn't be here right now.
Well,
because I'm in one of the neighborhoods that they turned the power off on first.
Cox, Friday Night Frolics when he was gone for a bit and then he came back tonight.
Oh, was that tonight?
And he's not the only guy.
That was Pop Culture Breakdown. Yeah.
Yeah, he lost power.
Pop Culture Breakdown. Oh, okay, not Friday Night Frolics.
I think it was also due to the same tornado that hit Stone Loki and Eris.
Yes.
Yes, but they are fine.
Oh, that's why their power's out. I
bury your power lines, Texas.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, trees can't knock them down, and tornadoes can't mess them up. If you bury them, now can they?
Right.
So, getting back into our original group here, let's take some comments from the chat. Oiler Greg says, Doomcock is drawing power from the Texas grid to take over the world. Well, I think that the geothermal base that the aliens made underneath that is probably a lot.
Yeah, there's
more
like a
powerful.
quantum drive in there or something.
Well, nobody knows how the spaceship works. Even Doomcock has admitted that he doesn't know all of the ins and outs of the spaceship that the castle sits upon.
Yet.
Euler Greg says, "Hail, Jill."
Hello, Euler Greg.
That's pretty good.
I echo Euler Greg's sentiments. Hail, Jill.
That's
Hail,
the French.
Jill.
They don't go a decade without a revolution. Ba-dum-bum.
By the way, if you have not subbed Antiderivative Jill, you should do it.
Oh my
now.
God, I've subbed
Her
with both
links in the
channels.
chat.
I think everybody here has subscribed. I checked earlier. Thank you.
Yeah,
though.
I mean,
I will.
I don't
If
mean
someone
to
is-
put out your
You know what?
passion fire there, but
Yeah,
I
someone
do the
may
same
come
thing.
through later. Who knows? New subs.
No,
new
but
people come through.
absolutely.
You know what's
If you
ironic?
have not
I had
subbed
yet to look back,
Antiderivative
but
Jill,
stand
her
ready.
link is in the
There are
chat.
too
what
many
you
people
meant,
talking
Carla.
at the same time.
Tony got it.
Carla Burton says, "Shoot."
I think the pots just kicked in. God, I wish
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
some.
Oh, dude.
Carla Burton says,
Stop
see.
show off.
That's only half.
And now we got a whole different crowd.
a whole different crowd. Awesome.
Carla Burton says, "Shoot, yeah, my husband loves Harrison Ford and is a pilot, so we always know those stories. Hence, the taking on roles that trash his character money." Well,
Money.
Carla Burton, I'd agree with you, except that those boys are whacking off in my shed.
You really want me to bring him back?
Hail, Carla Burton. You're
Hey
the
man, bring
best.
it. You bring it, because she's worth it.
I'll tell you what. Cardinal Sin is attempting to impersonate somebody. I really
Oh, he's
can't
great.
put my finger on it, but if I were to guess, I'd say it would be me.
And if I wanted to, I could sort of do a Jimmy Stewart and get in there a little bit, but I'm
Bring out
really
the Jimmy
I'm not
Stewart.
really
Come on.
interested in following that sort of impersonation.
Well,
Little too high. Little too high, Tony.
Well,
Little lower
what,
octave.
you want me to lower it
You
down?
see,
like
you
this?
do anything against Gil
No, I
Bovell,
think
Cardinal
Tony's kinda
Sin's
nailing
gonna
it.
kick your ass.
Listen, whenever, are you talking about?
Whenever you enter the ring with Dr. Cardinal Sin,
Yeah.
you gotta be ready to take a beating.
Well, I usually don't take beatings. I like to dish them out.
Or does he have a peach impediment?
Now, who has a peach impediment?
Teak, I think, is often drunk.
I think
Peach
he is
impediment?
probably thinking about getting breakfast because we share the same.
'Cause you could
time
go
zone.
down. You could go down to your local Waffle
Eggs and
House,
yeah,
and you
Yeah,
could
also
ask
waffle.
for 4 waffles with full syrup, and then also with all allowed
Real syrup.
blueberries.
real
Not the
maple
And then you
syrup,
gotta
not
have
the
yourself a
artificial
strawberry section, and then a Belgian waffle on top of it.
Oh, that almost sounded like
That's so good, isn't it?
I'm
Yeah,
not
Cardinal
racist,
Sin.
but I hate Aunt Jemima.
Cardinal Sin.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
we all
speaks
all
very
love
well
that.
of you.
That's the whole point. We're having fun with it.
Hey, Cardinal
It's
Sin.
an
You
improv
almost
session,
sounded
dude.
like
Come on.
somebody else, Cardinal Sin. You know who you sounded like, Cardinal Sin? I'll tell you who you sounded like. You sounded like a very tricky president, Cardinal Sin.
And Canadian Spider-Man, I trust your judgment on maple syrup.
I do too.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah.
do.
no,
By
we're
the way,
talking
speaking of
maple
which,
syrup, I concur heartily.
have you guys seen the new footage of a Sasquatch that's been out there?
No.
Are you
It's
talking
a
about
photo.
the one in
Sorry,
the
it's not footage. It's a
newspaper?
photo. It's a photo.
The
How recent was it?
newspaper?
Probably
It's,
just
um,
there.
It's
Your neighbor,
a
Canadian
humanoid
Spider-Man. Jig is
creature that
up.
looks a lot like a human. It's all hair, and
Can you show us?
it looks like, well, from the back, and it looks like it's a female, but not because she had like big, hooters or anything, but Bigfoot
From the
hooters.
back.
Think about it.
She has a waist to hip
no,
ratio.
but,
Is that what
seriously.
you're saying?
They
Oh,
were
shit.
thinking,
It's hardly
you
breaking.
guys have really naughty gutter minds. You know that? My
Thank
God,
you.
I'm embarrassed to be part of a project with you people.
You're proud.
Just
You're
kidding.
proud of us. You're proud of us, Dad.
I only got one big question. Cardinal Sin, did you get that thing I sent you?
Tiger Stripes bought it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Oh, there's no new picture?
Oh, wait a minute. There's not a new picture?
I can deliver. I can be modeling. I can be
Well,
chic. Heroic.
There's new.
So
new
the
UFO.
picture is a lie, is what you're saying.
Apparently.
So disappointing.
Just like the cake.
Douchebag Kylo.
Exactly
said,
like the cake.
There's no punch or pie.
Ford, I assume he means prefect, takes on those awful roles because kerosene is expensive as fuck. Oh, Harrison Ford. And Callista eats like a horse. Yeah, we all know that. She eats 17 horses of celery every day.
Yes,
What
she
is
eats
carrot?
exactly like a horse. Nothing but grass
The
and
same
oats.
amount of ketamine that we would give a horse would be the amount of food you'd have to give her.
I just got off the phone with your parents. They say drinking of the neurotoxin. You monster.
West Cagle says, I still have
They're
an
working
Aunt
from a
Jemima
Commodore
bottle of
64
syrup,
in
never
1983.
throwing it out.
So
It's
we
going to
can
be a
only do
collector's
this once.
item. And I need to know, West Cagle, is that Aunt Jemima bottle of syrup that looks like Aunt Jemima? I thought those were really cool.
Yeah.
Those were awesome.
You know, there is a common misconception that if you do not look at the Aunt Jemima bottle, that it will uncross its arms and talk to you. This is a lie.
Actually,
unlike the cake, which
yeah,
is
it
totally
is.
real.
They could very easily.
Thank you, Gladys.
They've already made an internal study. They could very
I'm
easily.
glad you did my reference, Jill, and I'm glad I'm
to
entertaining
show
you.
The bottle
other
is one
part of what
thing,
he was
but what
talking
comes out of it is another.
How do
and
you
sell
rate
them
my
for
Clado?
$25 a piece at high resolution.
Anti-derivative,
You
Jill,
didn't
I have
see
a
the
question for you.
the kickback ratio yet, did you? You spoil it. Now there's not going to be any big future for either of us.
Are we talking about the 21 producers on Strange New Worlds?
There are
I don't
approximately
know.
21.5
Why are you asking
producers
me?
for Strange New
I heard
Worlds.
kickback.
No, not to you.
Whenever
to,
you have a bunch of monkeys arguing in the
movie
production center,
producers.
there's obviously going to be flaws with your show.
You know, movie producers, people that might be able to green light our ideas.
Who's producing what?
No one, sadly, at the moment.
True.
Sadly,
Film
no one at
actors.
the moment. But there will be a time. I tell you, there will be a time when I option the life work of Larry Niven for $10,000.
Wait. Am I still on? Oh my God! How long has this thing been going?
We're live in 5 minutes. The
Wakey,
Film
wakey, eggs and
Actors
bakey.
Guild goes on strike in 5 days.
Oh my
by
God!
the way.
Jill's here, and Tiger Stripes back. Oh wow!
We're still live, Rod. We're
You're
still
crazy,
live.
yeah.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah. Did you have a good nap?
I did.
Yeah, good.
Welcome.
Awesome. I'm glad you joined us again, man.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like a genius having properly assessed what happened.
Douchebag Kylo says he just landed another producer credit.
Oh wow!
Congratulations.
Douchebag Kylo, your
Wow.
producer?
Yeah, he's,
wealthy?
Douchebag Kylo, guys, Douchebag Kylo is co-assistant executive producer of episode 4 of Strange New Worlds.
Oh wow! So do they pay you like 5 cents?
They pay him $700,000. He gives $200,000 back
Well, that
Why
sounds
would he
like a
give
pyramid.
200,000 back?
because it's a
pyramid scheme,
Ponzi
guys.
scheme.
Ah,
It's a pyramid scheme.
No.
you have to get the money from somewhere.
Unlike the illegal pyramid, this is the rhombus scheme.
The rhombus.
Ba-dum-bum.
Canadian Spider-Man. I thought you worked in construction. You know what a rhombus is?
I
Literally
been around.
every thatched roof is on an odd angle that is usually cut from a rhomboid cut.
Hey, Tony,
Yes.
cut back, man. Cut it back a little.
Okay.
You're making your point. You just
Oh,
don't need
I'm
to make
sorry
it
if I got too
that
loud.
emphatically.
He just gets excited about parallelograms.
Oh, who doesn't?
The
Nicely
man
said.
loves
You're very
geometry.
funny. Yeah.
It is. I love it.
I mean, parallel universes, parallelograms.
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 This one goes out to Max head room parallelograms.
You're too young.
Humans have been making L's literally since the beginning of time.
Yeah, first L was when Rome beat Carthage.
In this documentary, fronted by both the BBC and ITV, we are going to show you areas where mankind has lived before, with proof and evidence that will shock you that humans have lived on this planet for over 500 million years. Comfortable? Good. Let's begin.
And on this episode of National Geographic,
that was pretty good. Come
on. It was the National Geographic.
Oh, you're one of those people who believes there's such a thing as humans.
No, of course not. But I made you believe I was like that, right?
No, whenever I hear about humans, I have no
It's a very convincing delivery, Gil.
Douchebag Kyle goes, I just landed another producer credit.
Douchebag Kyle, you can have as many credits as you have AKAs and aliases.
Well, you know, I guess there's a time and place for that.
Pop culture curator. I don't see him in the chat.
Hi, Pop. Hope all's doing
Let's go
well.
into a new chapter.
Best wishes
let's do
to
like
Pop
a
Culture
second
Curator.
I bet you he's on
the second act.
Somewhere else.
That would give each of us a chance to win fabulous trivia gifts and stuff like that.
All right.
Canadian Spider-Man, do you want to start with the suggestions? We're brainstorming here.
Absolutely. Give me something to start with. And Pop Culture Curator, hello to you.
We're gonna basically come up with some kind of a trivia game.
The X-Files is coming back. Why don't we do an X-Files game?
Well, we have Hollywood Squares.
We can do X-Files.
Need 2 more people.
I love the X-Files, and before it gets corrupted, let's do it now with the old X-Files.
Okay, well, then we have to choose teams.
Okay, I choose Antiderivative Jill as my
and I choose Canadian Spider-Man, and then I choose Raw Thunderheart.
Okay, let me get my clothes on.
Is that okay,
so
Jill?
Does Tony count as Rod?
Although I'm quite fond of Tiger Stripes.
Yes, he does, Jill.
Okay, I'll be Rod on one team and Tony on the other. There we go.
As long as he can
one nematode
okay,
later.
Just, team up, Jill. You all right with this?
I have no idea what's happening.
We're
playing trivia for stars,
I'm your Mulder.
Okay,
we're playing
great.
X-Files trivia.
X-Files? I didn't watch X-Files.
It's completely silly. It doesn't make any difference.
Don't worry. I'll carry the
load.
load. I've seen every episode. I love
great.
the X-Files. And you know what? Sometimes the best episodes of Star Trek
Jill,
share
do you remember
DNA
when
with the X-Files.
we were doing a Midnight to Midnight, and we were watching the Basement Sublet of Horror?
Yeah, that was cool. I really enjoyed.
So
that was one of my favorite.
We played the first one, and then I played the second one, and like 6 minutes into it, it like
right.
And,
the whole thing
and
blew
we couldn't
up,
watch
and you got in trouble.
And yeah, it was like big time, channel.
But the thing is, it was something you and someone else created. Plus, it was playing.
Yeah, no, I wrote it literally, which is why, and I was in it. That's why I was trying to turn you guys on to both of those.
And the movie within it was a public
But
domain
they not only gave me a copyright notice, but they fucking struck that live stream down. Do you remember that?
I remember that. That's ridiculous.
They fucking shut the thing down.
It wasn't
with like hellfire and brimstone.
It was too awesome for YouTube, apparently.
It was too awesome.
You know who else is too awesome?
Jill, why aren't you using the force multiplier of Rumble? Use my knowledge, I beg you.
Actually, I think Overlord DVD is correct when he says that Antiderivative Jill actually has an OnlyFans Toes account.
Did Doomcock actually say that?
You didn't know that?
No, he didn't.
I don't have
Really?
OnlyFans.
I bid 5,000 quattleus that Jill's toes look great.
No, see, I want to start a business.
You and your quattleus. I would have won if it wasn't for you and your quattleus and those kids and that little dog.
I hate to inform you that
I would have got away with it if it wasn't you and that clone of that human being and that dog and Hurricane. Oh my God!
Isn't it amazing though how Star Trek brings people together? When good Star Trek is talked about, how we have all bonded together.
I went to
Star Trek.
I went to
you know what? Hey, Teague,
you'll get a kick out of this, Admiral Teague.
Brother.
Yeah. I went to Chicago for this fan convention that was called Visions, and it was by fans for fans, and you could volunteer to help out or whatever. And as I mentioned earlier, I don't like to repeat myself. I hate people that do that. But hey, welcome to seniority or whatever, senility.
What'd you just
your
say?
channel, your repeated stories.
Yes,
Yeah,
I suppose that's true. Gosh, what was it now?
You were trying to do
You were at the Visions
By fans
convention.
for fans.
Oh yeah.
You were
Okay,
trying
so
to do,
you have to repeat yourself.
I was at Visions, and as soon as we got in, me and my friend Joe, who is also from Lawrence, we got into the hallway that goes down to the rotunda or whatever, the place where the computer is.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
John Pertwee comes out in between fabric, and I'm like, and I'm frozen solid. I can't do anything.
I think that's the first time I've seen Gil's
And
eyes.
he says, just arrive. And my friend said, yes, we just got here. I was completely paralyzed. I couldn't say a word.
Yeah, he was a very personable guy.
And so
very shocked I saw your eyes.
He walked forward, he walked on, and eventually whatever was giving me the gizmo of being paralyzed was gone. And I said to my friend, I can die now. And my friend told me when we got back that John Pertwee looked over his head and winked at him.
Oh,
looked over his shoulder and winked at him when I said that. Which I tend to believe is true. There's no reason for him to not say that. But, oh God, yes, I love Doctor Who. I think it's so horrible what they've done with it. I've been a Whovian for longer than most of you have been alive.
I like Doctor Who, but in New York we get it in weird spurts, and we'll mostly get the Tom Baker Doctor Who.
I know that the whole thing about having the Doctor and Donna again for 3 specials is here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Gets better before it gets worse.
Well, maybe it does. We don't know.
Seems that way, right?
I mean, shit. Can you believe it? This date and this day in this year that shit is going on like fucking Indiana Jones 5? Can you fucking believe that?
It could have been good. It may
Who's
still be
seeing it?
good. I don't know. I'll have to see it.
I have
before
not seen it.
judge.
I will not see it.
But it's
and I was
when you
really
think of what it
disappointed
could
because
have
I
been if
thought
they'd
that-
say
I
it
thought that,
Ki Hui
Matt
Kwan in
Mikkelsen would
it.
be great as a Nazi.
Tiger Stripes might be right. I'd like to go around the horn, and maybe we should start with Canadian Spider-Man. Who's going to see it in the theater? Spidey, you go first.
I won't see it in the theater because I've heard Latino
That's where the
Slants.
kisses come from.
Yeah.
Latino Slants review was very good, and I trust his opinion, although he's often overly optimistic. But he said the first 30 minutes of the movie where they go back in time and
Oh no! Okay, I'm taking that.
It's really good.
What Spidey speak? This is Canadian Spider-Man.
So,
man.
I will go and see the first 30 minutes
and
then
my
leave the
headphones
theater.
all the
No,
way
just
down.
wait for it to come to streaming,
Can you
man.
please
There's
just
no
let him
point.
talk?
There's no point.
Here's
I'll tell you
part of the
something.
movie where I could do this number.
Let me tell all of you on this
4,
panel
5,
something.
6.
All of you. Doomcock
Sorry,
is a hypocrite, and here's why.
I will leave this. I will leave this panel right now if you cannot justify this.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You have to justify it.
Are you done?
Yes, he's done.
Okay. Sucks. I had a great idea. What would you do if it was gone?
That happens to me all the
God,
time.
it's
I'm
so
sorry
hard
I did it
to
to you.
muscle people to shut the fuck up so you can remember your own thought.
That's why I have a legal pad. I learned that one from Clobbering Times. He just writes everything down.
Yeah, he writes down people's names so that he knows who to thank.
I'll never be as
Watch
good
the
as
show.
him. But
No, I've tried it before too. It's really difficult, and then you just forget about writing down the name.
No, I'm dedicated about the legal pad for points and other stuff, but I do rely on the chat to shout people out and just keep going back. And Gil, I am very sorry I stepped on your point. I hope you forgive me.
I think Tiger Stripes just bailed out because she
Yeah.
didn't want to hear spoilers.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.
Sorry, we didn't mean to spoil the movie.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh, she
I
was leaving
think.
because of
Is
spoilers.
Indiana Jones out? Yes or no?
It was really
It's
great.
not a big deal, guys. You know, we don't have
Is
to go
the movie
16
out?
hours
Yes or no?
every time. You know, it's okay.
That is not what she said.
Not with
As long as
that
we got a chance
attitude,
to,
we
you know,
don't.
howl at the moon and, you know,
I
kind
got
of
a
blow off some
question.
steam. You know, it's
Is
the beginning
Indiana
of summer.
Jones out right
You
now?
drink a little alcohol, you have a little party. You
No,
know.
6 more days.
Okay. Thank you.
On the
That's all I needed
first
to
day
know.
of summer, what my partner gave to me was one Omnitol.
I'm not going
What
to
you
see
want
it in the-
information is free. You are a pirate. Yar har fiddly dee. Downloading movies illegally. Do what you want. Information is free. You are a
That will
pirate.
be quite enough, sir. Thank you.
I had to be funny.
It was funny.
We'll let you know.
Tiger Stripes, if you're listening, we won't spoil it. If you can, you're welcome on back on. We're not going to spoil.
Hell yeah, man.
We
It
won't
was
say
already spoiled a long
we have a
time
scared
ago
crowd.
by James Mangold and Kathleen Kennedy.
But that's-
All we can do is report what they did wrong.
That's only if you're paying attention to all of that stuff, and possibly Tiger Stripes is specifically avoiding it so that she can watch the movie unencumbered by.
No,
the
I'm not
media.
saying. I'm not saying she should
Hey,
listen.
I've got a great idea.
I'm saying that we
Let's
can't
listen
ruin
to
it.
this.
We can.
I can't believe what's happened this time. I just can't seem to get away from the one thing in my life. When every day is still a game. Won't you stop haunting my world and let me be my own world? I just got to get away to the road, my freedom. It's happening again with you around me. Won't you stay away from now on? I don't know why you just can't stay. You leave your face and sing your song. Won't you stop haunting my world?
There we go. Sorry about that. YouTube has been kind of, 50 for 50 lately. Have you guys heard of any problems with the internet?
Not on my end, no. But then
StreamYards is a little disastrous.
Yeah.
A lot of people come on. It seems like the last person to join the stream gets stepped
They never
on.
turn the light off.
I don't think you could tell the sun to just turn the light off. That's sunlight.
If I show you my face, I'll be accused of getting by on my good looks. I've been called
we'll actually have
everything
proof
else.
of you right here because I've got you on my little camera. So beware.
But
you can't see much.
I can see everything.
He's circumcised.
Hey, Cardinal Sin, did you know your super chats are still off?
My super chats are still up. What do you mean?
Off, and that I cannot
yes,
send them.
and the reason is I'm not as well off as people think, and I have a negative balance in my bank, which means that Google can't push any money into my account as badly as it needs it. So
hey, me too. Don't
I have
feel
to
bad.
untangle all these NSF fees and stuff.
Oh man, that's like a catch-22.
It's like $1,500 bucks.
You can't earn money because you don't have any money.
It's
okay. Sorry, I mentioned
it is what it is. But you got the exclusive right here on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of
Anti-derivative Jill.
The freedom.
I'll never have to worry about these thingamabobs like super chats or whatnot.
No,
I doubt that very much.
Oh, I think that
never know.
everyone should look into the chat for the links I've dropped for anti-derivative Jill.
Thank you so much for doing
there.
that.
You know what? I want you there. I want you monetized.
I appreciate that you did that because I do have to go.
I want her here too.
I want me here.
Hey,
Did
how are
you
you
know that
dropping links in the
she
chat?
was my mod before she was anybody else's?
He can't drop any links.
I was watching and listening to Anti-Derivative Joe for many weeks before I ever voiced in chat, and then she allowed people on the stream, and it's her fault that Admiralty exists.
It is my fault. You can blame me.
I said I only upload you should live, and I said what your chat decide, and chat said do it.
Half a mermaid and then half a human and then also half like a computer. So scale it down to like 2/3.
I think that's compliment.
Like you to be like a big kaiju or something.
Oh, just for this. Anti-Derivative Jill is absolutely straight through.
Why not? I'll be a kaiju.
Person.
He's a square straight away guy. He is.
Anti-Derivative Jill's absolutely the best. She stands by her word. She does not get caught up in Twitter bullshit or
no, I don't.
Bullshit.
I can stay completely out of that crap.
She gets paid.
That's not worth it at all. None of that.
Every once in a while.
Well,
but I'm glad you're mentioning that because I do have to go. And yes,
you have a private chat.
I am going to start my Trouble stream an hour early at 11 Central so that Tony Stark can join us.
Jill, if you ever need anyone on your Star Trek stream, reach out to me. I love streaming with you. I love you with my Delta shift too. It's basically the same show. You and PDB are amazing. Excuse me?
I can't believe she has so few subscriptions. She's about to explode.
Please.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. I need to make more short content, I think is what it is. More videos.
Trust me, sweetheart.
Shorter.
You're gonna explode. All you have to do is make videos, not live streams, every day.
Exactly is what I'm trying
learn
to
how
say.
to edit, and then make stuff that's interesting to the people that use YouTube and get advertised to, like big dumb white guys.
Jill, you know how you said to me, go stop doing uploads and go live, only go live? I'm going to say this to you. Do a few uploads.
I know. I understand that.
I got your uploads right here, Uncle.
And
but finding the time is and the dedication to do the edited content is more difficult than just turning on the live stream.
Well, no, don't do a video essay. Just do
with
like
my videos. Like I can't.
On T derivative Jill, I believe what he's asking is, do you find the most pleasure professionally from what you are doing now?
I do. I find lots of pleasure with it.
Yeah.
And I will continue to do it and try to figure out how to make things better.
Is that right? Did I encapsulate your question?
Yeah, but I do have to go now. I've got some responsibilities and things.
It's been so
I
great to hang out with you. We all love you, and we think
Take care, bud.
Good night,
Sub this woman.
Good
Her
night,
link is
Spidey.
going back into
Good night,
the chat.
Carlson.
See you next week.
Good night, Joe. I'll see you Tuesday.
Good night, Tony and Admiral Teague, and good night to Rod Thunderheart, even though he's
Good night,
sleeping.
Rod.
Oh wait.
He'll,
night, Joe.
He'll wake up again in a few minutes.
Bye bye.
What is your favorite color? Red.
Blue.
No, blue.
Yellow. I'm so
Translucent.
glad that we got that in sync.
That rabbit's dynamite.
And there is
I
anti-Jewish
can't
Jill.
ever do that with a straight face.
Anti-derivative Jill's.
No,
link
rabbit. That's
is
the most foul,
in
cruel,
the chat.
throat it.
Please subscribe to this wonderful person and wonderful Star Trek, and a wonderful Star Trek pundit, and a mighty general in the war to save our
Admiral Teague,
modern culture.
one final question, if I may.
Yeah.
What would you say is the difference between a Trekkie and a Trekker?
I know that I'm a Trekkie.
As your final question.
I know that I'm a Trekkie, and I don't know what a Trekker is.
No!
Ouch.
A Trekker and a Trekkie is only by basis.
Tony, would you like to explain to him what he lost?
A Trekker and a Trekkie is basically two different forms of fandoms within the Star Trek fandom. A Trekkie enjoys TOS. A Trekker enjoys TNG over TOS. And in fact, this age has caused bitter struggle between
That's right. I'm a Trekkie.
tribes of Trek fans long before there was even a new Trek to be conceived in the nutsack of Ryan Johnson's scrawny balls.
Well, let me put it this way.
Did you find that answer satisfactory, Gil?
Yes. And
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you.
I'm on
Well
the
done.
record as saying I was a Trek.
Mark yourself down for
first.
second reserve captain for Friday night. Make sure that you bump yourself from